What's up, everybody? Welcome back to It's in the Blood. I am still flying solo, but a little update. Dad is on the road and he is back on his way home. I know I talked to him a couple hours ago and he was in Arkansas, which is about 8 hours from here. So that means cut that in half and that's probably when he'll be here because he gets places quickly. But that is good news. Not that I don't like doing this by myself because I have a lot of fun doing it by myself, but I do appreciate having my sidekick here with me every week. And I miss doing our weekly streams because I didn't get to do it on Thursday, and I felt really weird not doing my weekly picks. And I wanted to do it Friday and Saturday, but the casino life kicked my butt this weekend, and so I was far too tired to get in front of a camera. But I'm here now, and we've got a really great game, hopefully really great game, because some of the games that we've done this past couple weeks have turned out to not be so great, but hopefully a really great game with the Cleveland Browns heading over to Baltimore to take on Lamar Jackson and his squad. This is a really big game because right now, as it sits with Baltimore 7-3, they're technically the 1 seed, with the Patriots right behind them, of course. But the Bengals are 7-4, who had a massive win today over Pittsburgh, 41-10, I believe, which means they officially swept the Steelers this year. The Bengals swept the Steelers for the first time since 2009. So this is a really good day today, and I'm super excited. But if you haven't yet, be sure to go vote in the poll I have posted before halftime when I close it down. And today puts if Cleveland wins, it puts them back in the wild card spot. And if the Ravens lose with Cleveland winning, I think that pushes Cincinnati into the number 1 spot because Cincinnati's 3-1 in the division, and Baltimore is 0-1 currently. So if you can't guess, I am rooting for the Cleveland Browns tonight, just to help the Bengals. Just to help the Bengals out, keep them going. I want to see them do well. They're doing crazy. So the picks have come in right now. America, 61% of America who voted, of course, has picked Baltimore to win tonight. Part of me on the inside is like Baltimore is going to win this game. But at the same time, I think Baltimore is not nearly as good as their record. And that's okay, being a lot of their starters have been on the IR basically the whole season. So I think this is going to be the day that it catches up with them. But I'm not going to be confident in who I pick in this game because these divisional games can go either way. They could be blowouts or they could come down to the final play of the game. And so I'm really excited to watch this game. I'm really excited to talk about it because it's kind of neutral ground for me. I know I always throw the tie option in the polls. This is one of those games that I would be perfectly fine with a tie, and it's just funny for me. But Tim W, Alley Cat Treasure says, how are Baltimore and Cincinnati head to head? Cincinnati's won one game and they still have 1 game to play. So they lead that right now. They're 2-0 against the Steelers, 1-0 against Baltimore, and 0-1 against Cleveland. They don't play Cleveland again until week 17, the final game of the year. So if they can beat Baltimore again, I would be super, super happy. But if they lose to Baltimore, I won't be mad. I really want them to beat Cleveland at least 1 time this year. Cincinnati's played the most divisional games. They've played 4 so far. Baltimore's only played 1. Pittsburgh's I think Cleveland's 1-1, and Pittsburgh is 1-2, I believe, or 1-3, or 0-3. I don't know. I know that Cincinnati's sitting at the best spot in terms of the divisional record right now. And so if Baltimore loses today, Cincinnati will take their spot for one of the top 4 seeds, and Cleveland will be bumped up into, I believe, into the wild card race. I'm not completely sure. We'll look at the final standings when the game ends tonight. And then tomorrow night, we have the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington football team, which a lot of you guys know the Washington football team is like my underdog love. I don't know why, and I don't know what draws me to them, but I always just want to see them do well for whatever reason. I'm not an NFC fan, but I don't know. I just like Washington, so I'm definitely going to watch that game. I like Russell Wilson, and I feel bad that his first two games back from surgery, have been completely terrible. But I do want to see Washington win this game. I think Washington still has a shot in that division with the Cowboys kind of slumping. So it'll be an exciting game for me for that. But either way, it's not going to hurt my feelings if it goes one way or the other. So that is a tiebreaker if the Browns win. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, so this week the Browns play Baltimore, and next week the Browns go on a bye week, and then the following week the Browns play Baltimore again. So it kind of depends on how those two games go. We don't have to worry about Pittsburgh, because even if Pittsburgh goes on a win streak, the Steelers or the Bengals have beat them fair and square, so it wouldn't really. That would be their tiebreaker, but I'm not really worried about them too much. They are kind of broken this year. I'm sure they'll be back because they're the Pittsburgh Steelers, but Baltimore and Cleveland are more to worry about. Some quick little things. Lamar Jackson did practice all week. Last week he didn't play due to an illness, but the Cleveland Browns are all getting healthy finally, and so that's been a big issue with them is everybody on their squad's been banged up, so I truly believe that this is going to be a good game. But so we've got Carrie Underwood singing her Sunday Night Football anthem. So we are just moments away. There might be one more commercial break after this. I'm not sure, but we're about to start this game. I'm really excited. I love divisional games. I especially love AFC North divisional games because, well, if you're a fan of one of them, you like to watch all of them. And so I feel like they're brutal. It's kind of like the NFC West, even though the NFC West really hasn't gone exactly how I thought, especially with the Seahawks only winning like 2 or 3 games this year. But the AFC North is always super, super fun to me. And so I can't wait to call this game and watch it with you guys and hang out with everybody. It should be fun. Let's check out where the poll's at so far. We got 12 votes. 67% of those votes are to the Brownies. I'm glad we're on the same page. I see that one person voted for a tie. And I was about to say, I wonder if it's Puppet Master, but what's up, Puppet Master? Game's about to start. I feel like you're probably watching it, so you already know that, but I'm really excited for this one today. So we're about to get ready for kickoff. I voted Browns. I can't vote in this one, but if I were to vote, I would probably vote for the Browns. I don't know. See, I think that the Ravens could definitely win this game, but I want the Browns to win, so I would vote for the Browns. Got to be a tie at some point. Hey, Pittsburgh's taking the tie of the year off for us in that awful Detroit Lions Steelers game. So, I mean, it can still be a tie, and I would be perfectly happy with the Bengals destroying the Steelers today. If this game could end in a tie, I don't think anything could be any better than that. So, So yeah, this is a really big series of games for the Browns, but tonight specifically is a big game for Baltimore. And I think next week they play the Browns this week. I think they play the Steelers next week, and then they play the Browns again. So, I'm glad the Bengals have gotten half of their divisional games out of the way, so it's not as stressful as back-to-back weeks like this. But they are on an uptick. They looked really good today. Joe Mixon is a stud who killed them on the ground. T. Higgins had a great touchdown pass from Joe Burrow. He threw for like 190, which he didn't really need to throw that much. Joe Mixon killed him on the ground, like I said. And Joe Burrow also scored a rushing touchdown today, which was pretty exciting. I had to start him in fantasy this week because my QB is on a bye week. But I was happy with it. He didn't throw as much as you're used to seeing, but I'm fine with it. Everything was good. So it looks like, yeah, we're going into one more commercial break, and then we will get started with this game. So the voting lines moved a little bit. It's up to 71% for the Browns. I'm glad we're all on the same page tonight for the most part. I know there's going to be Puppet Master who's going to pick a tie, which I respect that a lot. And then, there's going to be people who pick the other team, especially as the quarter goes on. The kitty definitely went meow today on the Steelers. Oh yeah, it was so much fun. The only thing that could have made that better was if the Colts could play 4 quarters of a game. They played a solid 3, and then it was like interception, fumble, muffed punt, lost, interception, and so they couldn't close out that win. I would have been really happy about that, but you can't be sad when the Bengals beat the Steelers like that. So, also, Rick, it's good to see you, my guy. We're going to have hopefully not as many commercial breaks this time around as that last game we watched, but that's where we're at right now. And then we'll get to see who's going to be receiving the ball first and get this game started. I know I don't have a new 2021 jersey on, but that's because I couldn't pick which player I wanted to. I'm hoping for the Ravens, though. As a Bengals fan, I have to root for the Browns on this one. But as a football fan, I'm really irritated with the Ravens right now because everyone thinks they're the best team in the AFC because of their record and whatever. But if you look at all their games, they've had a lot of really close games that could have very, very easily went the other way. And so I just feel like they're not as good as their record. And I think that's okay because, like I said earlier, like a lot of their starters have been on IR all season. I'm, good for them because they're still finding ways to win, which, goes to what you said, Tim. This is strange. Alabama beat Auburn. That connection right there is really strange, but that game specifically, it's like, I'm not saying Alabama and Baltimore are the same, but, like Auburn had that game, and it was a close game, and Alabama was acting like it was a blowout game, and I was like, you almost lost to a second-string banged-up quarterback. No, I respect that completely, Puppet Master. There's a guy that hangs out with us in here. His name's Colin, and he lives very, very close to U of L and is a huge Teddy Bridgewater / Lamar Jackson fan. And so I get that a lot. And I love the running style play with Lamar. Like, I'm seeing a lot and a lot of quarterbacks doing that, like Kyler Murray. And you're seeing it with like even Josh Allen, that's not a running quarterback. He's like leading his team in rush yards. So I like that. I would think it adds an aspect to the game. I think it's fun. I don't know. I just can't. I respect their game, but I just can't like them. I also think Myles Garrett is a stud. So that's cool. I just want to see what he's able to do. Okay, so the division is Ravens are 0-1, the Bengals are 3-1, the Browns are 1-1, and the Steelers are 1-2. I almost had it. I had them at 1-3, but I couldn't remember. What's up, Shelby? She said, "Let's go Brownies." That's what I'm saying. F the Cardinals. So their reporter just said the Browns haven't won the division title since 1989, and they haven't won the North since ever, basically, is what they just said. I don't think that's what she said, but I was looking at the chat. But she did definitely said that it's been like 40 years since the Browns won the North. So Lamar Jackson is healthy and feeling great. I know the Browns are mostly healthy finally, and that's part of their issue. I know they had the OBJ drama, but outside of that, they've had a lot of injuries on the defense and the offense, so they're healthy. I'd like to see all these guys going hard tonight. Something just tells me the Browns are going to win this game because of a Justin Tucker 700-yard field goal, and it's just that's what's going to make me mad. All right, so the Ravens are kicking off, and the Browns will receive. He is going to bring it out. He's running backwards now. And so there was a double reverse across the field, and he only got about to the 15 or 16-yard line. So the Browns are wearing white uniforms. I feel like these are not their normal uniforms, but they look nice. They're wearing white on white, and the Ravens are wearing black on black tonight. So the Browns are starting in horrible field position, but I don't know what really happened on that kickoff return. He started on this side, went all the way to this side, ran backwards, and then went all the way to this side. So they're going to start on the 15-yard line. It looks like they got Nick Chubb lined up in the back, and they just sent somebody in motion. Oh, so Baker Mayfield throws to Jarvis Landry to get about 11, 12 yards and brought down by Patrick Queen. So, I mean, I did not expect them to go to the pass game to start this game, being how heavy of the run they are. And they do have Chubb and Hunt both back and healthy today, which will definitely help them. Nothing's wrong with Dearness Johnson, but having Kareem Hunt back in your lineup is going to be good for them. So it's 1st and 10 at the 26, and now they go to the ground, and they hand it off to Nick Chubb, and he loses 3 yards. I think Patrick Queen made that tackle as well, so he's already off to a really good game. So Patrick Queen ran straight up the middle and just caught his foot. So now Baker Mayfield throws out to the left to Harrison Bryant, one of their tight ends. I only knew 2 of them, and so I didn't know that one. So I'm probably going to have to learn a couple of these guys, especially more so on the Ravens offense. I do know quite a bit of the Browns offense, but I don't know all their numbers because they're using so many backups this year compared to last year. So it's going to be 3rd and 4 on the 32-yard line. So Mayfield's dropping back, and he throws a deep ball straight into the middle to Jarvis Landry, and he's all the way down to the 31-yard line. So that was a huge play to send them down the field. And nobody was on Jarvis Landry. He was wide open in the middle of the field. So I think that's maybe why the Browns started in the air instead of starting on the ground to the first play. Because the Browns secondary the Ravens secondary is what's been hurting. So Baker Mayfield just rolled out with a play action and threw straight down the middle to Donovan. I think it's Donovan Peoples-Jones, and he hit him right in the hands, but he just dropped it. That would have put them down on the 10-yard line. So we're going to have to watch for the drops because he got up in the air to that ball, but he just didn't come down with it. So we'll have to see if that becomes a problem for them. It feels really weird rooting for the Browns for me, but it's nice seeing them do well so far. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. There is 12:30 left, and then he hands it off to Nick Chubb to get about 4 yards. I didn't put this up here, but there's the score. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 now, but Baltimore is in field goal range now. All right, so 3rd and 6, he's got 2 people in the backfield with him, using them to block, and he loads up to go to the sideline to Peoples-Jones, but he kind of overthrew him, so now it's going to be 4th and 6, and we're going to see the field goal unit run onto the field. This is going to be 11:45, so Peoples-Jones was lined up with Marlon Humphrey. I'm really surprised out of all the places he could have gone, he targeted Marlon Humphrey right there on 3rd down. All right, so it's Chase McLaughlin. It's going to be a 46-yard field goal attempt. And it went way wide with the wind, so the kick is no good. And it is Baltimore's ball, and now we are going to see Lamar Jackson. Looked like the wind just carried that. He Crosby'd it. Oh, man, it's sad that that's a thing because that even happened today. I mean, they won, so it's fine. He was 3 for 4 or whatever, but every time he misses a field goal, I feel like you see life leave his eyes. And after that Bengals game, I don't think he's ever going to recover anytime he misses another field goal while he's still in the league. But that's so horrible. I feel bad for him because that was just a tough break, and you could just see it in his face every single time if it doesn't go in. It's just horrible. And I know a lot of you guys are Packers fans, so I understand what you're feeling. I don't even know if he Crosby'd it. I think the wind just carried it, though. I saw a field goal today, and I want to say it might have been in the Bengals-Steelers game when he kicked it. I watched the wind carry it so far to the right that it put it straight through. It was not going in when it went up. It's windy in all these stadiums today. That 3 points, though, might come back to bite Cleveland. I mean, it's not Cleveland's fault. It was the wind in their kicker, but it might come back to bite them. Because, like I said, I feel like this game's either going to be so tight that it comes down to the end, or it's going to be a complete blowout, and it's too soon to tell right now. So we'll see how Baltimore looks on their first drive and go from there. Even if this game ends up being a blowout, I hope it's not until the 4th quarter. Like, I hope it stays close through at least halftime, but hopefully at least through the 3rd quarter, and then someone just takes off if they do. Because I really don't want to, just sit and watch one team just punch them in the mouth. I am looking for growth out of if I want to criticize these teams, I am looking at growth out of consistency on offense for the Browns, and probably to get things together in the secondary of Baltimore. So the first play for the Baltimore Ravens is a pass in the middle to Rashad Bateman. It's going to be 2nd down and 2 or 3. It says Lamar Jackson has 639 yards this year, and that's first among QBs. And my thought is like, why is that a stat? Because obviously we know he's gonna lead the league in rushing yards 90% of the time. So they handed off to Freeman. It was gonna be 2nd and 2. Now it's gonna be 3rd and 1. I'm a Texans Seahawks fan. The season is a nightmare. The Texans almost screwed up their chances for the first pick against the Jets today. I actually picked the Texans to win today, and I don't even know what happened. I'm not even going to say it's Zach Wilson because I just feel like he's got potential to be good. He just came back from that injury, and I just think he's got a long ways to go. So it's 3rd and 1. So they hand it off to Latavius Murray to get the first down. Attempting the 3 is better than going for it and flopping. Someone more likely to get hurt. Yeah, well, now that they saw how big of a factor the wind is, they might end up going for it the next time if they're in that situation. Depending on the yardage, of course. Like, if it's, like, under 3 yards, maybe. Just because, like, that wind just destroyed that field goal. Seahawks, man, they're almost right there with the Texans this year, and it's just disappointing, Rick. Like, it kind of hurts my feelings for Russ. So it's 1st and 10. Lamar drops it back. He steps up, and he just gets sacked by Myles Garrett. So just to extend his lead in first place with the number of sacks. So it's going to be 2nd down, and that's going to be a loss of at least a couple. I thought Lamar Jackson, when he stepped up, was just going to take off with it, and then he didn't. I think he really did want to throw it that time, but Garrett got his arm right around his chest, and he was like, "You're not going anywhere. You're going straight down." That man is a nightmare. Like, he deserves Defensive Player of the Year this year. So 2nd and 16, he took one step back, and then he sprinted straight through the middle, but he got nowhere. He just got shut down instantly. So it's going to be 3rd and long. Oh, so now their center is on the ground. That's probably not good for them either. Former Alabama center. I feel like Clowney's been playing well with the Browns, but he's had a quiet year, and I feel like that's like the perfect thing for him. When he's not being loud, he's more effective. So, like, I'm happy for him. I think he found a place that he likes, and hopefully, if things continue going well for him, maybe he'll get another year or two with the Browns. So this player's down right now, and when they come back to the game, it's going to be 3rd and 12. Worst part is the Seahawks traded the first-round pick for the Jamal Adams. Well, let's be honest, Rick. When don't the Jets have high draft picks? But I understand that's still painful. I also have a feeling, as much as Seahawks fans probably don't want to hear it, there might be a Russell Wilson trade in the offseason. So if that does happen, maybe you will get enough draft picks. I don't think there's a quarterback you should go after in the draft, but maybe you'll be able to get somebody or something good out of that. I mean, Russell Wilson is still a valuable piece, in my opinion. He's got an arm. And he's pretty accurate, too. So we're on commercial break due to the injury. So it'll be a couple minutes. Hopefully he's okay. It kind of looked like when whoever tackled Lamar Jackson, that pile of guys kind of fell into him standing straight up. So I'm not really sure what is hurt on him, but it looked like it could be like a lower leg, ankle kind of injury, which is probably not good for a team that runs like the Ravens offense does, to have to put a backup center in there. But Harbaugh's probably prepared for that kind of scenario. He was able to win a game I thought he was going to lose with their backup quarterback and make things work, which, I mean, Huntley is a lot like Lamar, to be honest. And I almost forgot that Lamar wasn't playing when I was watching that game because just they are so similar. I have to give him some credit. You know, he's done a lot with that team, with and without Lamar, because he's missed some time from being sick and being hurt in the last year or two. More so being sick. I feel like that man gets sick more than anybody. Got to step out for back for the end of the game. Sounds good, Rick. It's nice to see you. Nice to talk with you for a minute. But I'll see you later if you stop back in. All right, so they did take that center out, and they're putting this second-year player in. I don't know him. So it's going to be 3rd and 12 now. Is your dad back? He's on his way home right now. He should be home tonight or in the morning. Lamar drops back, makes a quick pass to Devin Duvernay, but he's tackled way short of the first down, so it's going to be 4th down. Last time I talked to him was at about 3 hours ago, and he was in Arkansas, and he's heading to Kentucky. So he had about 8 hours, 9 hours left 3 hours ago, so he should be back, I'd say, by 1 or 2. So it's going to be 4th and 10. They're going to punt. There's 8 minutes left in the first quarter, and it's going to be a touchback. If he could got his hands on it, they were going to be on the 2-yard line. And, I mean, his hands got on it, but he was not at the appropriate angle to stop that. So they're going to be coming out at the 20-yard line. All right, so the score is still 0-0, 7:56 left in the quarter. The Browns are back on offense. They've got Nick Chubb lined up in the backfield, and they've got a tight end in motion. And they do the fake handoff, and Mayfield almost sacked, and he rolls out left, and he gets about a yard or two. Yeah, Baker's like kind of jogging it off, but he was walking real awkward after he came back inbounds. Yeah, he got chased down. So Tyus Bowser got his hands on Baker, but it wasn't a grab or anything. He just reached at him. So it's going to be 2nd and 9. And he hands it off to Chubb. And now he's at the 23-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down. I think it's smart that Kevin Stefanski's put so much money in so far, since he's been there the last couple of years into the offensive line. Is, run heavy as they are. I think he's done a good job. So it's going to be 3rd and 7 now, 6:50 left in the quarter and rolling. And he's got Hunt in the backfield with him. And Baker drops back. He lets go of it to Jamarcus Bradley, they said. I don't know him. But they get a 1st down. And now Conklin is down on the ground for the Browns. I hope this is not a trading injuries game, because that's not what either of these teams need right now. And I don't know what happened, but he got trucked by a guy that looks half his size, and he grabbed his knee. So that is not a good sign for Jack Conklin. because he was just on, I think, the IR for like an elbow injury, a shoulder injury. Um, so it's real disappointing to see, just a couple snaps in and you go down like that. And he's grabbing his knee, so totally unrelated to the injury he just got back from. And I feel like offensive linemen, defensive linemen, knee injuries are not good for them. When what I mean by that is I feel like, they weigh a little bit more than these like wide receivers and stuff. And so it's a lot harder on their knees when they go for the road to recovery. So hopefully he's all right. And we're on commercial with an injury timeout. And we'll come back, still scoreless in the first quarter. This is starting to look towards the under so far, the way this game's been played. I did not play with any over-unders this week, but they were definitely, if I had, I would have gotten a lot of them wrong, because after watching these games, I was like, wow, the games that I thought were going to be low scoring were high, and the vice versa. And also, as a Chiefs fan, the Chiefs took a win today with the Chargers losing to the Broncos. That definitely helps. I mean, I wanted the Chargers to win that game for the pure sake of a couple parlays I played around with. But for the Chiefs' sake, I definitely think that's a good thing because they were already down a game in the division. I mean, they beat the Raiders, but they were down a game to the Chargers, so Chargers need to lose a couple divisional games right now. Oh man. So, yeah, something's not right with Jack Conklin's knee. They're helping him off the field. This is a big hit to the Browns offensive line, so I'm curious to see how this is going to affect their run game. So they brought some guy in that has had 6 starts this year. So he's had some time, but we'll see how he does. So Baker goes straight into play action, dumps it off to that Harrison Bryant tight end. I'll just say my fantasy team was going good today, but quickly fell apart. I feel like out of all the games that I thought were going to go one way, that's exactly what happened. But what's up, AZ? It's good to see you, man. Yeah, this week was not a good week for my opinions, I guess. I don't know. Everything went horribly opposite to everything I thought. Mayfield's rolling out right, and then he kind of throws it away. He threw it to somebody, but it bounced out of their hands. It was right on the edge of the sideline either way. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. So they're showing a harness on Mayfield's shoulder. I mean, that man needs some bubble wrap is what he needs. He's 5 for 8, 66 yards so far. It's not too bad, but this is 3rd and 10, so they're going to have to get some yards back. My Cardinals were on a bye, so ready for next week. Yeah, the Chiefs are on a bye this week too, and so it was really weird. But the Bengals had a great day today, so I can't be that mad. Baker drops back, throws it to Peoples-Jones, and a flag comes out. They're going to get Marlon Humphrey with a PI call and get the first down. Oh, man, the boos in this crowd are so loud after that PI call. So they're going to show the replay because it went blurry on me as soon as the play happened. Okay, so he pulled on him before. And then yeah, I was going to say that call could have easily went either way, I think. So it's going to be 1st and 10. They got Chubb in the backfield. They hand off. There's a flag thrown. Chubb gets 5 yards on that play. And so we'll see what this flag is. It came out as soon as the ball was snapped, so it's probably false start or illegal formation by the offense. So now it's going to be 1st and 15. So they hit Peoples-Jones on that illegal formation penalty. I'm really curious to see how this Brown season plays out because I feel like the offseason is going to look real weird depending on how it plays out. So they got a tight end he has Jarvis Landry and Nick Chubb in the backfield. He takes a quick pass to Chubb on the left, but he hadn't quite turned around yet, so it ended up being incomplete. So they've got Conklin on a cart, and now they are taking him to the locker room that way. Yeah, that's gonna be a huge loss for them if that's anything serious. But the way that he tried to walk on his own and jumped out out of pain, it kind of definitely should be worrisome for the Browns. Mayfield snaps it, quickly throws a screen to Landry, but I don't even think he lifted his foot to move and was hit. So that was a great read by the defense. So it's going to be 3rd and 15 now. 3rd and 16. So he ended up losing a yard on that play. Yeah, they're not able to do very much on the offensive side right now. Just Baltimore's defense is playing relatively well. As long as they can maintain that. I mean, 3rd and 16, Baker's being chased. He rolls out right. He scrambles, throws it to their tight end, Austin Hooper, but it was dropped or broken up. So it's going to be 4th and 16, and now Cleveland's going to come out to punt. It's the first quarter, 4 minutes and 12 seconds left. Still no score. So they got Devin Duvernay and back to receive. It's a pretty deep punt back to the 12, and he returns it to about the 25. So it's 4:02 left in the quarter, and we are heading back to commercial break. And when we come back, the Ravens will take over for the next drive. All right. Man, I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like commercial breaks are I feel like every time I watch the commercials, the commercial break itself just lasts twice as long as the last time. I don't know if it's just me, it's just in my head because I'm sitting here doing this by myself or whatever. But I don't know, I just sit here and I watch them and I'm like, man, we've just been sitting here forever. I know it hasn't even been that long. It's only been 1 or 2 commercials so far. But yeah, this has been a tough game for both sides. They've already taken a couple hits, or injury hits, I guess, both on the offensive line for each team. And so I hate to see that. And I don't think any of these injuries are either team's fault. I feel like they're just happening. And so I hope this is not the trend of this game. No points scored and everyone's getting hurt. Cleveland's probably had the best offensive series so far, being they got in field goal range. But we'll see what Baltimore does on this drive to see if they can compare right here. What's up, Nathan? How's it going? It's crazy to think that Baker Mayfield was the first overall pick and Lamar Jackson was the last pick in the first round of the same draft. All right, so it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 25. Lamar hands it off to, looks like Freeman, and he gets nowhere. So they've already ruled Jack Conklin out for the remainder of the game, and it was his knee, but they don't have any update to what exactly is wrong with it. So they'll have to keep an eye on that. I'm sure they'll update everyone. So there's 3:30 left in the first. It's 2nd and 9. Lamar drops it to he passes it to the left to Tyson Williams, but they couldn't connect right there, so it's going to be 3rd and 9. This Baltimore offense has been real weird this first couple series. I just feel like I think it's this AFC North divisional games, like you never know how it's going to go and it's always crazy in some way. And right now, I don't know if it's just a slow start for both of these teams, but Baltimore has not been able to really do anything. Lamar drops back. He's going to throw to the middle. He got it to, looks like Rashad Bateman. No, it's Marquise Brown. He caught it at the first down mark, but he went backwards, but then there was a flag. So, yeah, he was real close to the first down line, and when they threw it, and when he caught it, he came back. So there is no foul. They picked up the flag, and it's going to be 4th down. Tomlin can't wait for Rodgers' replacement. Honestly, I hope Rodgers does not end up in Pittsburgh, but I feel like you're probably right there. So they didn't punt. They ended up going for it on 4th and 2, but the Browns had 2 guys out in return formation, and so 2 of their guys weren't even stacked up right there. Oh, okay, so they're going to have to replay 4th down because the Ravens snapped the ball before the ball was set. Yeah, they faked a punt and ran it right up the middle, but yeah, that was weird. They tried to psych the Browns out, but they never blew the whistle for the ball to be ready, so they got called back, and now they have to replay 4th down. I'm really confused what's going on. It looks like the same thing's happening. So now they said Cleveland took a timeout, but there was a flag. Wow, this is a mess right now. Harbaugh's yelling. All right, so they gave it the Cleveland the timeout. Wow. Okay. Is this where this game gets messy? Because that's what it feels like right now. Okay, so we're still on 4th and 2. I can't tell if Baltimore's going to end up going for it or punting it because they faked a punt the first time. They brought Lamar Jackson out the second time. And now we're going to see what the actual result's going to be. And Harbaugh's screaming. Yeah, the Browns had 12 guys and didn't have enough time to get them off. So Lamar kept it this time, but then so Cleveland had 12 on the field again. So they got a flag on it. So now they got a first down and don't even have to run the 4th down this time. What a messy sequence, but it ended up in a Baltimore first down on a 5-yard penalty. So Baltimore's on their own 38-yard line, and we're resetting at 1st and 10, and hopefully this mess is over with. He tosses it to Freeman, and he's going to get nowhere. Looks like he might have lost a yard or two. Dude, that was so hectic. So Cleveland made a good defensive stop. If only they could have done that on 4th down, but they had too many men on the field twice. This is gonna get real chippy real fast. Yeah, I agree, Nathan. The way that this is happening, Harbaugh's already screaming, and we're still in the first quarter. He's screaming and cussing. 2nd and 9 now. 2:30 left in the first quarter. And so he faked a handoff, and he's running left, and it looks like he's just gonna hold on to it. And he got a couple, but he got pushed out of bounds, and now I'm pretty sure they're going to call a late hit on him. So that's going to be 15 extra yards. Yeah, this game is about to be a train wreck. Oh my god, this game's going to be so stupid. All right, so they added 15 yards to the end of the run, which would have been about 3 or 4 yards short of the first down. I don't know that guy was going to be able to stop, so he was going to hit him either way, but he extended his arms pushing him, so that's why he got called. So they're going to be on the 40-yard line now in Browns territory now. All right, and he turns around, hands it off to Freeman. No. I don't know which one that was because one of them is 33 and one of them is 34. And I think Freeman is 33. So that was 34. Oh, Lamar Jackson is tied with Michael Vick for the number of most 100-yard rushing games. Tied at 10 currently. So it's going to be 2nd and 9 now. Lamar drops back. He loads up, goes deep, and just overthrows Hollywood Brown. So it's going to be 3rd and 9. A minute 12 left in the quarter. That probably would have been a touchdown if they connected. So he matched up with Greg Newsome. It might not have been a touchdown, but it would have put him on like the 2-yard line. Just out of the tips of his fingers, man. So 3rd and 9. With Justin Tucker, I would say they're probably in field goal range. He throws it in the middle to Rashad Bateman, and they're back on 4th down, so I think they might settle for 3 here. Because it's going to be 4th and at least 3. Oh, the way he threw that, he almost sidearmed it, but his hand was straight. Like, his arm went straight, but I feel like his hand was like this, so I don't know. Yeah, so Justin Tucker's out for the field goal. It's going to be 52 yards. And that man doesn't miss. I mean, I say that, and I've seen him miss 2 in one game, and I thought that was the craziest thing ever. But Baltimore is on the board first. So it is officially 0-3 with the Ravens leads just barely, still in the first quarter. Yeah, 24 seconds left in the first quarter, so we're only going to get about a play or two. If the Browns win tonight, pretty much the entire AFC will be on top of each other. I mean, they're almost already right on top of each other, but yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. It'll just make it a little bit worse. I think the one thing I said at the beginning of the season might stay true, though. Depending on how these two teams end up finishing, that I said that Pittsburgh was going to finish in 4th place in the division, no matter what happens. And I still think that might be true. So they kicked it in the back of the end zone. So the Browns are going to go out to the 25. Oh my gosh. They're showing Justin Tucker the puppy guide dog. Looks like a little black lab puppy. He's pretty cute. He's got a little cape on. Or bow tie. There was a illegal formation on receiving the kickoff, but I don't know if I've ever seen that before. But either way, the penalty was declined. It's still going to be 1st down on the 25, and they are going to line up right now. That was weird. They got Hunt in the backfield, it looks like. And they hand it off to Hunt, and he gets 5, 6, 7 yards to the 32, 33. And that should be the last play of the first quarter. 2nd and 3. I can see Pittsburgh being last. Too many injuries, and Ben can't do much anymore. He can't move. I mean, his knees are awful, and I know his shoulder is better since surgery, but he's not very mobile, and they have no offensive line. I feel like Najee Harris, that rookie running back, is pretty much carrying that team. They lost Juju, which I don't really feel like he was a number 1 receiver. I feel like he's important to the team, just like Ben Roethlisberger being on the roster is important to the team. That's the only reason he was back this year. But these I don't think they have a solid number 1 receiver. I know Chase Claypool could be that guy, but he's only that guy sometimes for them. And so they need a solid number 1. I feel like all of their guys could be a solid number 2, but they need a solid number 1 They need an offensive line. And here lately, it feels like their defense is good. They've got good pieces. I mean, they were missing Minka Fitzpatrick against the Chargers, and that's, what basically made the difference in the Pittsburgh Chargers game outcome. But I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like this year is just not Pittsburgh's year, and that's okay. They're allowed to have bad years every once in a while. I feel like they're still going to be okay. I mean, they've had an all right season this year, but I just don't think it's enough when all these other teams are playing in the division, playing better right now. They'll still win games because that's just what they do, but I don't know. I just feel like we'll see Pittsburgh again in the next couple years, but they're gonna have to start working on a slight rebuild. One of their offensive line, they need to figure out who's gonna be quarterbacking them, and a new franchise quarterback. Their run game's solid. I feel like they need to make sure they have a solid number 2 back, and find them a wide receiver 1. But I have to tip my hat off to them. That was a great pick in Najee Harris. And he's having a great rookie campaign. He's probably up there in the MVP or Rookie of the Year conversation next to like Jamar Chase and Mac Jones. But I just feel like between Baltimore, Cleveland, and Cincinnati, there's just too much going right for them for Pittsburgh to compete at the moment. All right, it's going to be 2nd and 3 from the 32-yard line. Kareem Hunt's in the backfield again, and they hand it off to him, and he gets close to the first down. They might – no, okay, so they're going to give him 3rd and short. Yeah, see, well, I appreciate that, but it's not even about me just not liking Pittsburgh because obviously, like, I just don't like them, but when I was, like, going through my preseason picks and everything and I went through all these schedules, I was just there's no way. If they had cut Ben Roethlisberger and not re-signed him, it's 3rd and inches. He hands it off to Kareem Hunt and gets the first down. And they, started working on a new quarterback, whether that be a guy they already have or went and got someone new, then maybe it would be different. But I think they'll still finish 500 or close to it, which is still a good season compared to some other teams in the league. They just have things they need to fix, and it was starting with getting rid of Ben Roethlisberger, but they didn't do that, so they were unable to be the number 1 team anymore. They shouldn't have got the number 1 seed last year. I feel like Cleveland should have, but, things happen. So 1st and 10, they hand it off to Hunt, and they get nowhere with that. Browns could be getting healthy at the right time with Hunt being back. I agree. I think Baltimore might start declining soon. I think all these, like I said it earlier, I don't think you were here yet. A lot of their last games have been really close games that I don't think they should have won, but they just managed to find a way to win. And I feel like with all their injuries this year, they've been able to I will, Tim. I keep it with me. This is my streaming cup. 2nd and 11. Baker's looking around. He starts scrambling, and he throws it away. But I feel like the injuries and them trying to do so much without a lot of the guys that they're used to having, and they've gotten used to not having them, but I think that's starting to catch up on some of these 2nd, 3rd, 4th stringers that are not used to playing a whole season, and so I could see them go on a dip right now. Those close games might start falling the opposite way instead of their direction. I mean, they've got the best kicker in the league, so he's going to continue carrying them in that way, but Lamar Jackson can't do everything, and if their guys can't stay healthy, there's only so much he can do. 3rd and 11, Baker's running backwards. He throws it, and he just throws it away again, so it's going to be 4th and 11. And Cleveland can't do anything on offense this time around. Yeah, Tyus Bowser's been chasing him down this drive. Man, all I'm saying though, if after watching this Baltimore team play, if those 17 guys hadn't gone to IR, I would probably be terrified of this team. Because what they have, plus a healthy, all of their, running backs especially, but their secondary that went out for the season and everything, I wouldn't even want to play against this team because they would just be scary good. So they punted it, and he's coming back. He's at the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, and went out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. So a pretty good return for him. That was Devin Duvernay. And we're going to commercial break. There's 12:34 left in the half. This has been like one of those like good football games that people would refer to as boring football. I mean, boring football is not bad football. It's just like I expected it to be the opposite, like a very high scoring, almost shootout type game, and that has not been the case. This is defense, defense, defense. Yeah, I can see the Ravens falling just like the Titans due to injury. Well, I feel like if they didn't play the Patriots this week, they might have won. But when they lost to Houston 2 weeks ago, I kind of saw that coming. One, it's divisional. I know that Houston is like almost not a team this year because they're definitely going into rebuild with everything going on. But I knew the Titans would cool off. They were on a hot streak even after Henry went down, but I knew that was going to catch up with him because I just don't think Ryan Tannehill is that talented, and I don't think he could win a game by himself like Derrick Henry could win a game by himself for them. But yeah, I agree 100% with that. What's up, Bird? Thanks for stopping in on your break. I appreciate you. We're just watching the Ravens-Browns game right now. It's been some high defensive football for both sides, but Baltimore snuck in a field goal. This could be a tie game, but the wind shot the Browns field goal way out of field goal range. It just, as Puppet Master said, he Crosby'd it, which is horrible, but it's funny. Is it getting any busier at work, Bird? Because when I left, it was terrible. Man, Myles Garrett's setting all kinds of sack records. That dude's a nightmare. I was kind of scared when they picked up Clowney to put on the other side of him, but teams are figuring a way not to completely get destroyed by that. So the Ravens are 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line. He hands it, fakes the handoff. Lamar keeps it and doesn't quite get back to the line of scrimmage. Not much too over the limits. Yeah, I didn't expect there to be that much. After holiday weekend, things finally started settling down today. One thing I have noticed so far in this game, obviously, it's been a lot of defense and not a lot of production on either offense, is they've really contained Lamar in this game. Oh, these people are back. Obi-Wan, and over limit is like I don't know if you were here when I said, but we work in the casino, and over the limit is a jackpot that is either $10,000 or more. Let me get that out of here real quick. But what's up, Obi-Wan? Thanks for joining us. I'm happy my Raiders were able to beat Dallas. Hopefully can make a run for the 7th seed. I'd be happy. But very, very tough to close. Tough games to close the year. So it's 3rd and 4, and he was brought down short of the first down. Okay, I'm trying to get all these off of here, so I'm very sorry for that. Nathan, yeah, I was real happy about that Raiders win. I'm a Chiefs fan, so I don't like the Raiders, obviously, but I was much happier that the Raiders won that than not. So it's 4th and 1, and Lamar went for it, but I lost track of him specifically, so I think he got it. Okay, so they're giving him the first down. Does it help if we report their name, Alex? Yeah, it does. I reported them. Did they go away? Because I can't do it through StreamYard, but I have the YouTube channel or the YouTube pulled up just in case. So he throws it away, throws it to Mark Andrews to get about 8 or 9. I don't want to ding your channel. Yeah, I jumped over to YouTube and got them. It just took me a second, but I appreciate it. Yeah, if you report, if it'll let you, I don't know if you're able to. So it's 2nd and 1. He hands it off to Latavius Murray. Don't worry, we won't let it bother us. I appreciate that. Yeah, normally if I have my dad in here with me, it's a little easier for one of us to jump on that, and I didn't even notice it at first. But it's always those channels that come on here. Like we've gotten spam from like 1 or 2 other accounts that were not like those, but most of them are always those, and I always block the accounts, so they're always different ones. 1st and 10, Lamar hands it off to Latavius Murray again. It's hard for YouTube to do much because it's a lot of fake accounts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is when my dad was running that IU stream like a week or 2 ago, there was like 5 or 6 of them, and he thought it was the same one, but I was just in there banning all of them as they came in, and it was a different one every single time. I reported them as well. Do they have any excessive junk like that? I have no idea. I keep finding them, so I'm not sure. But what's up, Kathy? Thanks for hanging out with us. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. Lamar hands it or fakes the handoff. He takes off up the middle. He's going to get the first down and a little bit more. As soon as I made a comment about them being able to contain Lamar, he runs up the middle for like 15. Their ad is their name. They kept changing. Yeah. I don't know. I try to catch it as fast as I can, but I appreciate all you guys reporting it for me too. So it's going to be 1st and 10. Lamar's dropping back. He has all the time in the world. He loads up deep and overthrows Andrews. If Greg Newsome would have turned around, he could have picked that off, but I don't think he saw it coming his way. Been listening for a while. Your Packers won tonight, Kathy. Yeah, that pass was intended for Mark Andrews, but he just overthrew him. Yeah, Tim, Kathy's great. All right, so dig the jersey. My favorite looking NFL uniform. Cincy the kitty goes meow, Bengals. Yeah, I have not gotten a 2021 updated jersey, but that's because I am indecisive and can't figure out which ones I want or which color even. So I just got a classic Tyler Eifert jersey on today. So it's 3rd and 1. Lamar runs up the middle and gets like 4 or 5. Oh, he handed it off. It looked like he just took off running, but I appreciate that, Obi-Wan. Yeah, it's a big day for the Bengals and Packers for all you cheeseheads in here. Browns suck for real. They do suck, but I hope they win because it'll only help the Bengals surpass the Ravens. I don't really like rooting for either of these teams, though, so I hope it ends in a tie. Devontae Freeman has become a relatively important piece to the running back situation. Yeah, I actually have 2 Chad Johnson jerseys over here because I have like my old school ones just all on a hanger in this room with me. But I was really surprised that Tyler Eifert took this number over after Chad Johnson did. And now T. Higgins, their rookie from last year, has it, but he's changing his number to number 5 after the season. So we're going to commercial break. I believe there was an injury. Or I missed something. I'm not sure. But yeah, he said he did not want to be referred to as Ocho Cinco 2.0. So he's changing his number to number 5 next year. So unless a rookie or someone they pick up in free agency takes the number, there won't be an 8-5 on the Bengals next year, which will be weird. But they had some like rookie or practice squad guy take the number 18 this year, and I remember seeing him in preseason, and I was like, that's weird. AJ just left. I don't know. We are everywhere. You guys are everywhere. I feel like that is, well, the Packers have been around for a long, long time. So just like the Browns and even the Lions. So I feel like no matter where you go in the world, you're going to find Packers fans. Where I live, it's mostly Colts, Bengals, Browns, and Steelers fans. And then you get a casual handful of one of different teams. Hilarious when he changed his name to Ocho Cinco. People are crazy. I know. I was talking in the break room today with a bunch of the dealers, and they were talking, I think, about the Bengals game. I don't know how they got to it. And they were talking about Joe Mixon, and they were like, this girl told me that Joe Mixon needs to stop playing so well because if he keeps getting better, he's going to end up changing his name. And I was like, I really don't think he's going to change his name. Peace, Colt. Thanks for stopping in, though. We appreciate it. There's a reason why you don't see many Chargers nowadays because they always choke. Do you mean Dodgers or Chargers? All right, so there's 6:37:36 left in the half. Still 3-0. Baltimore is 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line. And he fakes a handoff, and he throws it right in the middle of the field to Devontae Freeman, which was a very dangerous throw, but he gets it down to like the 6-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd down and 1. They're still able to get a 1st down, but they're right there in the red zone. And there's another injured Brown. Looks like Clowney, maybe? That was a scary throw. Okay, so I thought so, but I don't like to assume if I just misread something, but they do always choke, but I didn't even know that Chargers had fans. I've seen what their home games look like. Yeah, that was Clowney who made the play. Looks like I think he got hit in his manhood. Like, I think he got a cleat to his manhood. So it's going to be 2nd and 2 on about the 5 or 6 or 7 yard line. And they go to the run game again, and Freeman runs it up the middle, gets the first down on about the 3-yard line. So now the Ravens are first and goal. Yeah, this drive's been 13 plays, 62 yards in 7 minutes already. I feel like it's been longer than 7 minutes, but that's because so many times they've had to stop for injury. I was hoping this didn't continue to happen, these back and forth injuries between these two teams, but it just feels like it hasn't stopped. Let's see if Lamar fumbles on the 1-yard line. I'm sorry, someone's in here said that they like Lamar Jackson, and I just feel like that might end up being a touchdown. He handed it off, but I feel like Lamar has fumbled in his career on the 1-yard line a couple too many times. See you later, Bird. Have a nice rest of your night. You're almost out of there. So it's going to be second and goal now. So he was short. I couldn't tell that extra push at the end. Couldn't tell if he was down or not, but when he handed it off. So it's like not even a whole yard from the goal line. So everybody's lined up in the middle. It was Latavius Murray, but he was stopped and he lost. Malik Jackson and Myles Garrett stuffed him right there in the middle, and he didn't make it back to the line. So it's going to be third and goal now. 4:20 left in the half. I feel like playing defense on like the 1-yard line is like terrifying. I would hate that. I mean, playing offense on the 1-yard line kind of sucks too, because if you can't run it in, I would not want to throw. I've played Madden. I've thrown lots of interceptions in the red zone. All right, Lamar throws it to, well, it looks like he was throwing it to Ricard, but it got deflected. So fourth and goal, 3:56 left in the half. And it looks like he's going to go for it, but they have not been successful either way. So, yeah, Myles Garrett just jumped probably over my head and deflected that ball. That was crazy. Myles Garrett can do it all, even up in the air. So everybody's stacked up again. So there's going to be a false start, and it looks like the field goal unit's going to come on. Wow. So it was an offensive lineman, which is usually the case, but oh, I bet they're mad. But they got all reliable with the foot. So this should be 6-0 shortly. This has been a weird game. 25-yard field goal attempt. And he nails it. So he's 80 of 80 of field goals inside the 30 of his career. That's insane. Man doesn't miss. We're almost at the half, though, and so what a low-scoring game. I wouldn't have guessed this. I still am baffled a little bit about it, but it's fun. It is fun. It's better than the Bills and Saints game. That game hurt me to watch. Everybody at the casino at work today was like, wow, I'm surprised like our sports book isn't packed, with Bengals fans or Steelers fans. And I was like, the Bengals game is less than 45 minutes from here. Everybody's at the game. What do you mean? No one's going to come here. Yeah, normally our sports book is packed, but it was a home game against Pittsburgh that was probably sold out. Our sports book felt empty. There was like 5 people in there all day. I was here listening. When were you here listening, Tim? Because if you met earlier today, I wasn't here. I'm trying to figure out this points bet thing that Drew Brees is on the commercial for. Like, is it like a DraftKings, FanDuel kind of thing, or is it like, oh, the Saints game? Yeah, that was horrible. I hated that for you. I hated that for Saints fans. I hated that for me because that was just not a fun game. The game before it was very fun, but so they're showing an interview from Baker Mayfield after the Lions game, but I don't understand where it's coming from. Oh, it's because after the game he didn't shake hands or anything. He just left as soon as the game ended. I hate that man's ego. He just makes me mad when he talks. I don't mind him so much as a quarterback. I wouldn't want him to quarterback for any of my teams, but I don't mind him. He's a tough kid. He's battled through a lot, but his personality and his ego just irritate me. All right, so Browns have the ball on the 25. I don't even think I saw the touchback kicked. He's got a little bit of time. He loads up kind of deep to his tight end Harrison Bryant, but it looks like he's banged up now. I can't believe I can't remember that guy's name because he's thrown to him so many times this game already. Yeah, the Ravens will not allow them to run the ball on first down. So they just keep throwing the ball, and I feel like they've thrown the ball best on first down so far in the game. But that was a really great gain. But then the tight end went down banged up. He's still down. So the clock is stopped right now with 3:30 left in the half. They don't want to lose that guy because he's been their best receiver this game so far, I feel like. He's jogging off, but he was grabbing his knee immediately from when he went down. And I don't know if it's how he landed or if when he got tackled. I couldn't tell. They just can't get a break with these injuries, man. So I didn't get how many yards were on that play, but it was probably at least 15. Yeah, they're on the. Oh, they're. So they did a wildcat play. Jarvis Landry had the ball, but he got hit from behind. It looks like a fumble. They were in Baltimore territory, and I think Baltimore recovered the fumble, though. Yep, they got the ball. So this was the first turnover of the game. Patrick Queen recovered the fumble, and so it's going to be Baltimore's ball. Messy game. Yeah, so they dropped. He tossed it to Landry for a wildcat play, and he ran to the left and had nothing. So he ran back to get open, and he got hit. And I guess the ball came out. I couldn't see it because everyone smothered him at once. So he ran with the ball in his left hand. Oh, he is left-handed. And he went to pull back, but when he went forward is when he got hit. So I think the ball got dislodged. All right, so Baltimore has the ball on their own 35-30 now. And so Lamar steps up, throws it to Bateman, the rookie, and they're about the 49-yard line. And they're moving now and got a first down, so that was about 13 yards. And Baltimore's moving with some tempo right now. They snap the ball. Lamar drops back, throws it down in the middle, and he just got tipped, and it's picked off, and the Browns have the ball, and they're still on their feet, and they're going, and he doesn't really get to move anywhere, so they're on their own 48 now. So back-to-back turnovers. Browns have the ball. This is exactly what the Browns needed after that because this was going to get ugly if the tempo the Ravens were moving. Okay, so yeah, it's a tip pass. Yeah, he definitely caught that. Denzel Ward. Yeah, he caught it. And the ball was like this close to the ground, and he scooped his hands under it. Yeah, he threw that ball real hard, and so it bounced off the hands of his receiver, then bounced off the hands of a Browns player, and it came down, and Denzel Ward dove for it and caught it. That was an ugly interception. It was his fault, but it wasn't his fault. It was just bad luck in which way that ball just started bouncing off these people's hands. So it's 1st and 10. Baker's back on the field. He drops back. He throws quickly to Landry on the side. He gets a first down and is out of bounds. There's 2:24 left in the half. And now they're back in Ravens territory. Ooh, that was like a wake-up call. That happened so fast. Back-to-back turnovers. Baker drops back, turns, throws it to Nick Chubb. He's got about 7, and he steps out of bounds. So there's 2:08 left in the half now. All right, 2nd and 3. So, yeah, he got about 7. It's the 2-minute warning now. So, we're going to cut to commercial break, and we'll be back and see if the Browns can capitalize on this back-to-back turnover, but that ended in their favor. And that was ugly for both offenses right there. And so, yeah. A touchdown here would give them the lead somehow. Yeah, it feels like the Ravens have been leading for so long that Cleveland is out of reach, but it's still a 1-score game. Weird game. I mean, it's real exciting, but it's been a weird game. I enjoy this, though. I do enjoy weird games that don't go any way you expect them to. I'm also very, very curious about the game tomorrow. Big win for Cincinnati today. Absolutely. And if you watch college, the UC, I don't really watch that much college football, but I'm excited for them. UC got that big win yesterday as well, or Friday. I know it was on everywhere at work on Friday. But absolutely, it was a good day for me, and the Chargers lost. Go KU. So the Chiefs are like one step more in the right direction. I can't wait until next week. The game got flexed. I'm real nervous based on how well Denver played today against the Chargers. But I'm excited. We get a primetime game, so I'll be sitting in here ready to talk about the Chiefs all night. Yeah, I think that loss might put Oklahoma out of the playoffs. I heard a lot of, like I said, I watch it because it's always on. When you work in the casino, all you watch is sports. Even if you don't like that sport, it's always on all around you, 100 TVs. But I heard someone talking about that, and that's disappointing because they made a really good run this year, from what I could tell. But what's up, Amethyst? Thanks for stopping in, hanging out with us on this fun Sunday. I was really happy about the Cincinnati win today, though. The only thing, like I said earlier today, the only thing that could have made that better is if the Colts did not turn into the Atlanta Falcons in the second half of their game and finish the game out. So 2-minute warning. There's 2 minutes left, 2nd and 3. The Browns are in Baltimore territory. They need to get a little closer if they want to try a field goal because that wind. He fakes a handoff, throws it to Peoples-Jones to get a first down. So it's 1:56 left in the half now. They're talking about they think Baker is more comfortable throwing the ball standing still, and I think it's because he's not 100% healthy, so probably. So he hands it off to Nick Chubb. Gets some positive yardage, maybe 4 yards right there. You got tickets to the KC Cincinnati game. It might get flexed to Sunday night if the Vikings are out of the playoffs by then. I do have tickets to that game. I'm really excited. It's on my dad's birthday, and we're all going for that. I was trying to get tickets on the Kansas City side, but I couldn't when they went on sale. But my dad's a Bengals fan, so we're much closer to the Bengals bench. So it's gonna be 2nd and 7 here. Baker just drops way back and loads it up really high to Njoku. Incomplete. That I don't think they're gonna call anything on that, but that could have easily went either way. But I would be real jacked up if that game got flexed. I think it'll be a good game. I mean, I'm gonna root for KC because that's my first favorite team, but it's gonna be hard rooting against Cincinnati because I don't think I've ever done that before. I wouldn't count the Vikings out just yet, but they need to start capitalizing on the fact that they can win games, but they just don't. So it's 3rd and 7. Baker throws it. He throws it too hard in Njoku's hand and bounces out. So it's going to be 4th and 7. So the field goal unit's going to come out with 1:07 left. Let's see if the wind works better in their favor this time. That just made me excited. Go KU. Like, I don't know, just thinking about that. My dad will be real excited too. Even if it gets flexed to just 4 o'clock, I would be happy. I feel like that's a 4 o'clock worthy game. Hopefully you got that whole day off. Oh, yeah. I took that day and the Monday after as well. So it's going to be a 46-yard field goal attempted, and it's up, and it doinked, but it went in. It doinked the right way. That was a loud doink. So the Browns are officially on the board. There's only like 1:06 left in the half. This has been a field goal game so far. I couldn't take the day before off because it's on January 2nd and I work at the casino, so New Year's Eve and New Year's Day is basically off limits to take off. But I'm thankful it fell on the 2nd and not the 1st, so I was able to get the 2nd and 3rd off. So we're back on commercial break, but when we get back, the Browns are going to be kicking off. There's only 1:06 left. I think Baltimore still has all 3 timeouts, so that might be like a lot longer than a minute should be because they're probably going to try to go for a field goal with a kicker that has the biggest leg in the world. January 2nd is my youngest son's birthday. Yeah, that's my Padres' birthday. What's up, Rob? Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. We're watching a field goal heavy AFC North divisional game at the moment. A 3-point game going into half is the plus for the Browns. Yeah, I mean, it's still a one-score game, but they cut it in half. Like it's just so weird saying it. It's stayed a one-score game this whole game, but they cut the score in half. I wonder. I'm really curious to see how these halftime adjustments go and which team's going to come out more ready, or if they're both going to come out equally more ready, and then it ends up being the same kind of pace in the second half, or if one team will actually pull away. Alex and another Alex in my stream thought we were talking about her when someone said Alex would be mad at me. She said she wasn't mad at me, lol. He's going to turn 7. Aw. Something about little kids just make me want to just say aw. From like 3 to 10. Maybe 0. Birth till 10. I just every time I see a little kid, I'm just like, "Aw." Another Alex. It's confusing when you say multiple Alexes, but I have recently met a couple Alexes on here, and so I've gotten myself confused. But that's pretty funny. Okay, I was wrong. It's a minute and 2 seconds, not a minute and 6 seconds. But Baltimore has all 3 timeouts and Cleveland has 2. Speaking of halftime adjustments, I'd say my Bucks adjusted rather well after halftime. Denise giggling in the background. No, they didn't adjust. They played the same. I'm telling you, the Colts just stopped playing, man. They like turned into Atlanta in the Super Bowl against Brady. Like they just stopped. You know, you muff that punt, give it up on like the 11-yard line. Okay, there's a score for Tampa Bay, whether it's 3 or 7. You throw that interception, there's a score. You fumble that ball, there's a score. Like they handed them all of their points over and over, and they didn't do anything to stop them. And I was so mad because I was like, okay, you guys finally beat a playoff team in Buffalo. That you shut them down. And then you come out here and you play like you want to go to the playoffs in the first half, and then you forget how to play football in the second half. Oh, Lamar Jackson's picked off. And so there's 56 seconds left, and Cleveland is already in field goal range, and Lamar Jackson is fired up. He is mad. Shout out to Denise Robb. What's up, Mary Beth? Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. I'm not handing that award to Brady. You should be awarding Carson Wentz for probably his 65th game handing off to the other team because that's what he's good at too. If Carson Wentz would have played against Brady in that Super Bowl, Brady would have another ring, but they brought Nick Foles in because Wentz got hurt, and that's why Brady lost. I think the Colts need to call Chicago and go pick up Nick Foles. All right, so 56 seconds left. The Browns are in scoring position right now on the 27-yard line. And Baker drops back, throws to the right, and Peoples-Jones slips. I think he threw it a little too far right, so probably wouldn't have caught that anyway, but if he hadn't slipped, maybe. But he didn't throw in the second half. He did throw in the second half. He threw 2 picks. Chiefs are Cleveland fans tonight. Everybody should be Cleveland fans tonight except for Baltimore. But yes, Chiefs fans are Cleveland fans tonight. And that's the only reason I'm excited right now. Because Lamar Jackson already made me mad. Colts played scared. Yeah, in the second half, they just choked. Everything they did, I know that's like the... Uh-oh, Baker fumbles. I don't know who has the ball. There was a lot of black jerseys right there. Yeah, okay, so Baltimore gets the ball back. 45 seconds left. They're about at midfield. Baker looks banged up, but I don't think he's ever going to be healthy 100% again because he gets hurt in a different place every game. So I feel bad for him. So Baker pulled his arm back to throw, and he pulled a Jared Goff. And I only say that because I saw him do it last week, I think, against the Lions. When he pulled his hand back, the ball just went down. It didn't go back with him. This is a mess. But the Colts turned the ball over 4 times in the second half. They handed the game over to the Bucks. So Lamar throws it to the right. It looks like Sammy Watkins caught the ball. So it's going to be second down, out of bounds. This is a mess. LOL, you're great. That's what I was saying about the Colts offense in the second half of this game today. But this game is literally a mess. I feel like every time there's a turnover, the other team hands it right back to him immediately. So 2nd and 2, Lamar is taking off with it up the middle. He gets a first down, but he only gets about 3 more yards. This is going to be first down. They're going to get into field goal range, but I don't know if they're going to be able to. There's 36 seconds. They're using their first timeout. They could still go down there and score a touchdown, but right now, field goal range is attainable. Oh, man, that was so dumb on Baker's part. I don't know if it's his hands are cold or what, but he just went and the ball didn't go back with him. So it can't be a forward pass if the ball never finishes going back with you. Oh, that's disappointing. All right, Lamar's coming back on the field. Let's see what's going on. Look, hey, Rob, go KU is my first Chiefs fan that I found in here with me, so I'm pretty excited about having him over here. I know that you like the Chiefs, but you are a Bucks fan. All right, Lamar throws it to the right to Hollywood Brown, about 2 yards short of the first down, but he steps out of bounds. The clock's at 32 seconds now. Working on a puzzle. I love puzzles, Rob. I have one that I haven't started yet, and I've been meaning to, but it's one of like Arrowhead Stadium, and I'm excited to put that together. I'm going to frame it probably. So 2nd and 2, Lamar drops back. He's rolling to his right. He throws deep into the end zone, nearly picked off, but there's a flag. And this is 25 seconds left on the clock. I don't know if that was defensive or not. Okay, so it was a hold on the offense on Myles Garrett. Villanueva to Myles Garrett. Chiefs are my number 2 team. I rooted for them in the Super Bowl win. Just couldn't root against them against my Bucks. No, I totally understand. If the Chiefs and Bengals ever matched up in the AFC Championship, I would be really sad rooting against the Bengals, but I would always root for the Chiefs first. So now it's going to be 2nd and 12 with 25 seconds left. Lamar drops back. He throws down to the middle, and it's picked off. They are trading turnovers like crazy in this game. Wow. Talk about a mess. Oh, bummer. I thought you said Cheese fan. Figured you meant my Packers. I mean, earlier when I said Cheese head, I was talking about your Packer, but I meant to say Chiefs fan. If I said cheese, then I apologize for getting your hopes up. Yeah, that ball was intended for Mark Andrews, and he just made a great defensive play and extended his body as he jumped and caught that ball. I mean, that was just impressive. It was definitely a catch. He put it up against his body immediately. Little bounce in there, but it didn't touch the ground, so 21 seconds left. I told you there was a minute left, and this was going to feel a lot longer than a minute. This has been going back and forth. That's like the 4th turnover. Just curious, Alex, but is there a specific reason you're a Chiefs fan? Yeah, actually, so Alex Smith played for the 49ers, and I always loved him, but I don't like the 49ers. And when he got hurt and Colin Kaepernick took over, Alex Smith got traded to the Chiefs, and I was like, oh, man, Baker Mayfield's pass was deflected, and I thought that was getting picked off too. But he got traded to the Chiefs, and I was like, okay, he's in an AFC team. Maybe I'll move over there because I just don't like NFC teams, and I don't know what it is about them. I'll watch them. I'll watch any football game, but I'm just not an NFC fan. And so I just followed him with the Chiefs, and then, I just kind of fell in love with that team. I mean, they weren't super great when he got there, but I really loved him, and they just grew on me more and more every year. And then Andy Reid ended up over there with them as well. I think Andy Reid was right after or right before I was in high school when that happened. And then as it progressed, I was like, man, I can't stop loving them now. Like, there's just been so many good players go through there that I've been thankful to be able to watch. And then Alex Mahomes, Alex Smith let Patrick Mahomes sit behind him, and there was a lot of respect right there. The Pats' victory has the whole AFC on edge. Oh, I know it, man. It's crazy. They snuck up out of nowhere. So it's 3rd and 10. They ran the ball with Kareem Hunt and only got about half of the 10 yards they needed. So it's going to be a 4th down. Yeah, that Patriots game, I knew they were going to beat the Titans. I just felt that. But, like, it's just crazy to me that they just basically took Buffalo down. I can't wait to watch that Buffalo Patriots matchup. Right on. I know a few diehard Chiefs fans, and usually there's a story behind it. Not a fan of NFC teams either. Like, I root for Washington, and I think it's because Alex Smith went there, and I have no other reasoning, but I always root for them because they're always somehow underdogs with everything. So, like, when they play, I'm always like, I want them to win unless they play against a team I like. But for the most part, I just don't like NFC teams. I like watching them. Like, I like the NFC West because that division is like a nightmare on defense. So the Browns punt. There's 4 seconds left. It's bouncing. Okay, so it went out of bounds and there's 1 second left. I really hope that the Baltimore just nails or whatever because, like, this half needs to end. What is the likelihood of a Bucks Pats Super Bowl? Okay, so here's my theory. I've always had that thought in the back of my mind that Super Bowls are rigged. Ever since I watched the Steelers and Cardinals Super Bowl when the Steelers came back and won that game. Ever since then, it's been in the back of my mind that that's a possibility. And so I try not to hang on that too much because it'll drive me crazy. But my thinking is it will literally confirm that for me if those two end up in the Super Bowl because that is probably the most money that could be made out of a Super Bowl this year with those two teams meeting up again for a Super Bowl. So I think it's possible, but I don't like to be like that. I don't want to be like, yeah, sports are rigged. I don't know that, but I guess it's still possible. I don't think the Bucks are going to go back to the Super Bowl this year. I'm not saying they won't in the next couple years, like next year, this year, the year after, whatever. Um, but at this point, I'm really unsure of all the teams in the NFC. All of them have showed big flaws. I don't know who's going to make it. I remember Alex Smith going 12-0 with Utah in college. Yeah, they put him in like the Utah School Hall of Fame or whatever. I just love that man. I have his jerseys. Um, I did like a small tribute stream for him the night that he retired and everything. It was back when there was only a couple of us that hung out in here, and that ended up going on way too long, and we started talking about nothing. But like that made me really sad. Like the day that he got hurt too, like it was horrible. And the day that he played football for the first time last year, I was so inspired. Like, that man is incredible to me, and he's one of my all-time favorite football players. So I don't know. So much respect. And his name's Alex, and so I mean, what could be better than that? Your favorite football player's name's Alex, and your name is Alex. Bill Belichick is kind of a goat too, in my opinion. That Pats are no joke this year. Yeah, I mean, I'm scared of them. Neither of my teams have to play them this year unless I'm beating the playoffs, so I don't have to worry about that just yet. But this Buffalo Patriots matchup's really going to say a lot about what I feel like the playoffs are going to look like. At least for the Patriots standpoint. I kind of agree with you, and I think it could be possible looking at it from a money-making standpoint. Yeah, that's why I don't like to think that way, because then it's like, okay, this is all rigged. But I think if that happens and it is rigged, I feel like the Patriots are going to win because Mac Jones is a rookie. Tom Brady doesn't lose to rookies. Bill Belichick's never beaten Tom Brady. I feel like it's like the biggest stage for the most historical thing ever for a rookie to beat Tom Brady, Bill Belichick to beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Like, I've been thinking about this for a few weeks now, and I don't like to think about it, but I have to remember that that's still going to be a possibility now that Bill Belichick and the Patriots have literally turned it up. They've turned around from being below 500 to like the best team in the AFC right now. I'm not gonna say it's rigged. I try to stray from that, but it's definitely a high possibility that those 2 teams will meet in the Super Bowl this year. I'm not counting the Cardinals out yet if they can get healthy. I'm getting close to counting the Rams out, even though they are a really good team. They're not playing really good football at all. Um, the Packers, I can't count them out right now either because their defense has faced a lot of tough tasks and they have ran over a lot of people. Oh, go KO. I agree 100%. I've ever since he won that award. Did you know that one person voted for Ben Roethlisberger? Like every single person last year voted for him, but one person voted for Ben Roethlisberger, and I was like, that makes me sick to think about. But I really do feel like they should rename that award after him because I don't know that anyone will ever come back from something worse than that. It's just inspiring and motivating for any injured player going through rehab and stuff. Man, Tennessee went from looking like top dog to looking like a bad football team because of the Patriots this week. They embarrassed them. But Cincinnati embarrassed Pittsburgh twice this year, and that's pretty incredible. Must have been Mike Tomlin. I bet it was. I'm just saying, why? How is there an argument for a shoulder surgery to a guy that had 16, 17 surgeries and almost died and lost his leg? Like, I I don't think there was now this year, Dak Prescott, I get it. Joe Burrow, I get it. Both of those two guys. Saquon, if he ever actually got healthy again, which I don't think he's going to because he's not stayed healthy this year. But this year, I understand if Ben Roethlisberger came back this year, maybe. But last year, there was no competition for that award. And I don't like to say competition because, you shouldn't compete for a better. What's up, Grossi Posse? You guys are back. Kitty goes meow. I love that you guys like the Patriots. The Patriots. We've been talking about the Patriots. I love that you guys like the Bengals too, or that at least Grossi does. Everything's going crazy. I know that most of you guys are Packers fans, so congratulations on your big win over the Rams today. What's up, everybody? This is crazy. I love that you love the Bengals, Ken, the hobo. I love that the Bengals stomped the crap out of the Steelers twice this year. I'm a 49ers fan. Hey, you had a big win today, too. Nah, I'm a Chiefs fan. Hey, the Chiefs won today because the Chargers lost. Not a Pack fan, a Grossi Posse fan. Okay, I respect that too, Pepper. Tom Grossi is an incredible human being, and I respect and appreciate everything he does for everybody. I am trying to keep up. This is a wholesome raid. I love all you guys. I know a lot of you have come over here once before, but you guys are insane, and I love you guys. Bengals killing what was left of Big Ben. Wait, I'm a Steelers fan. I'm so sorry. Both tie game on the poll. Oh no, I forgot to take the poll down. I'm going to let it happen. Jamar for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Absolutely. Thanks for the kind words. Thank you guys for coming over here. I appreciate you all. And I love also Luke Birch. I love that you guys are a very diverse community fan base because I appreciate opinions from everywhere. Browns fan here. Greetings. Browns fans, don't give up on your Browns. There's still time to come back. Who do you want to win tonight? Well, I am a Bengals/Chiefs fan, so I want the Ravens to lose right now. So Browns all the way tonight. I'm at LSU, so I get shown Bengals games, which is hype. That's super awesome. I'm a Titans fan. Oh, Geezer, I'm so sorry right now. You're going through a very rough patch. Also, P Felon, thank you so much. I absolutely love this fan or the flag. Chiefs, yes, absolutely. I'm a Jags fan, but I like the Bengals. I respect that. Tighten up after our loss. I I like that too. I think they're gonna be okay. Tom Grossi, if you're watching right now, you're an incredible human being, and I appreciate everything you do for the sports community and all of the communities that you help out. I'm rooting for the Browns to win tonight. Absolutely. They still have time. I mean, they've kept it one score most all the game, so it's gonna be all right. Geezer. You're great. See you later. Thanks so much, Jason. Everyone tell Tom Grossi I said thank you so much, and I'll come over there after this is done tonight and leave him a big thank you again. And with this, I agree. Tom is such a great guy. One of the guys that hang out over here was like, you need to try to get on a stream with me and my dad, Tom, and his dad. And I was like, I am definitely going to attempt that one day for sure. I want the Ratbirds to go down. Yes, Pepper. I'm glad someone else calls them the Ratbirds. I haven't heard that term today. Congratulations on beating us down, LMAO. I tried my best. I did not expect another raid, so at least I knew what was going on this time. Last time I had no idea what was going on, and so it freaked me out. And my dad like popped in the stream with me and was like helping me out because I had no idea. But now that I've shown some love to Tom and watch all of his content now, I understand what he does, and I think it's super awesome. And so I understood this time, but I still was not expecting him to come back. But you guys are awesome. Tom is awesome. I can't say enough good things about him. Most people have no idea what's going on when we raid. Yeah, so I had to go when it was the 49ers Rams game when he came over here last time. And I had to go over to his channel and figure out what was going on. And so I left him a long comment and everything and told him thank you. And I knew what was going on this time, but like I said, I was completely blown away. I didn't think he'd come back twice. So that was very awesome. And I appreciate it. But it definitely took me by surprise. I love how well the work on this channel is. Graphics and all that are great for a small channel like yours. Geezer, I appreciate that, man. Normally it's me and my dad in here. Except for during play-by-plays, a lot of times it's just me. But we do this channel together. But I appreciate you saying that. That means a lot to me because I've been putting a lot of time into this to hang out and meet all these new people, especially the last couple weeks. And so a compliment like that goes a long way for me, and I'm very thankful. So I think we're about done with halftime. I am just a little flustered right now. So I know we're not back yet, so we haven't missed anything, but I think we are about back. And for everybody that was already in here, if I missed your comment, I am very sorry. It went so fast that I was not going to be able to keep up with any of that. But Grossi Posse sending love from South Australia. That's super awesome that Tom has reached people all over the world now, and I appreciate you coming. I know you rated, but I appreciate you coming over here and saying that. So I appreciate it. Kitty goes meow. The last time you guys rated and you started saying that to me, I did not know what you were talking about. And that's why I was really confused because most of the messages said kitty goes meow. And but I get it now, and so I appreciate it. How'd you like the Cam Newton benching versus the Fins? I couldn't watch that game, but here is my dad for all of the Grossi Posse, that's still in here, that runs the channel with me. That's his other channel, but he's saying thank you also. He's driving home from Texas. Um, Luke Birch, I appreciate that, man. Girls fans of the AFC North, we are amazing. Absolutely, Pepper. Um, Tom Grossi Bengals fan reaction. But to the Cam Newton thing, I didn't get to watch that game while I was at work when it was playing, but I did start Cam Newton in one of my fantasy leagues because I did not have good options. Baker Mayfield was my solid number 2 option, and I don't even know which one would be worse right now. So I mean, I'm not like a super fan. I'm just happy that he got a job this year. I'm happy, he's very motivated, and I appreciate that energy. But he had a rough outing today. Grassy Posse are super rad. Absolutely, Obi-Wan. Last time it freaked me out, but once I understood, I go and watch all of his content all the time. Now I have his notifications on so I can make sure I don't miss anything. But that dude's incredible. So they just kicked off. It's going to be a touchback. If the football field was only 2 years long, Newton would be the GOAT. Yeah, I mean, he owns the 2 yards, the 2-yard length. Congratulations on the win today. Auto Addiction, thank you so much. Grossi is a force for chaotic good in the world and only picks people who are worth support. That means a lot for me also. So they started on the ground 1st and 10, but there is already a flag. He's super funny. Yeah, I've been watching his reaction videos, and he does make me laugh. I watched his Packers stream today, actually. I have Tannehill and Wilson as my fantasy QBs. So in one league, I have Mahomes and Burrow, which is like my It's in the Blood league that I've created with friends here. And then which is fine because, those are my 2 quarterbacks. But then on my dynasty league, I inherited with some people from work. I started with Mayfield and Tyrod Taylor, and then I went and got Heineke, and I dropped one of them and picked up Cam, and and Baker Mayfield. I don't know. It's just a mess. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Ravens ball, if I did not mention that. And he throws it to the right to Mark Andrews for a gain of about 5. It's going to be 2nd down at the 35-yard line. Grossi Posse is strong. I have noticed I don't chat in his streams because I just watch the chat flow. And you guys are awesome. Watching Grossi is where I picked up the kitty goes meow. Makes me laugh every time. Me too. He drew me in with his AFC NFC East saga. Been with him ever since. 2nd and 6, they hand it off, and he gets stopped right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Yeah, someone that from the raid last time was like, hey, you need to check out his reaction videos. So it was only like a week or 2 ago, and so I just started watching them, and every once in a while I go back to a little bit older video, and so they're pretty funny. He seems like he took like drama in school. Like he could be like a drama actor based on how he does those videos. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 now. And Lamar quickly throws to his right to Hollywood Brown, gets a 1st down and about a yard or so more at the 42-yard line. They're phenomenal. Yeah, me and my dad were watching it last week, and I was like, that's pretty awesome. Subscribed after his first raid here, thanked him in his chat, and he acknowledged, which was super cool. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to thank him in his chat because I was still live then. But I did go back afterwards and thank him. But I remember you said you went over there, Obi, and said that was super awesome too. Good luck on the rest of the season. Joe Burrow is going to be a star. Hope to see the Bengals in the Super Bowl against my Packers. I mean, that would be a fun Super Bowl that I would be very okay with. So it's going to be, they went to the ground with Devontae Freeman and get just a yard or 2 for 2nd down. Hooday, what's up, Jake? Would be great if you could interview Tom someday. Dude, someone in here last week said that to me, and they said him and his dad with me and my dad, and I feel like that would be so much fun. And so I would love that. 2nd and 6, my bad. I was off a yard or two. So Lamar's dropping back, rolling out right. It looks like he's gonna keep, and he runs out of bounds after a gain of about 2. Let me get this edited back up there. Um, okay. Papagrassi is comedy gold. Yeah, see the last week, one of the guys that stayed over from his raid was just talking to me in one of our other streams, and he told me I needed to go back and watch some of the ones with his dad. So I haven't checked those out yet, but I've been working my way that way. So it's gonna be 3rd and 4 now. Lamar drops back and he's going right again, and he's pointing downfield and he throws deep down the field. And that was going to be a pass interference on Mark Andrews. He grabbed his arm, and that's going to be a deep pass interference called down in like the 15-yard line. That was a horrible play. They should have just let him go. Wow. So the Baltimore's going to move down to the red zone now. Shoo. That was a bad call. I don't even know why he did it. I mean, I understand, but like that was stupid. Yeah, he got hit as he thrown, and I don't remember his name, something Junior. He just rips Mark Andrews down. That he was right in front of a rep. That's gonna get called every single time. I don't know that he would have caught it if he hadn't grabbed him neither. This is gonna be 1st and 10 on the 14-yard line. 13-yard line. He hands it off to Freeman. No, Latavius Murray. And so now they're about the 8-yard line. Also, Dad, I know you're driving, but Kathy from Ponscom said drive safe. Check out Papa Grassi and Tom's QB tryout video. Okay, I'll definitely check that out tonight because you guys keep recommending me different videos of his, and I've been making it down to check them out. Just subscribed. Happy to hear you're also a Chiefs fan. One great thing about these Grassi raids are finding other creators. Yeah, I mean, that's super awesome. I'm a diehard Chiefs fan, and Chiefs didn't play today, so I had to support my second loves. But I don't know very many Chiefs fans on here, which is kind of surprising to me. But I'm happy to have another Chiefs fan in here. Did he come down to the Metroplex? I'm not the Metroplex. I'm not sure. So it's gonna be 3rd and 10 now. Pepper, I'm confused. That's where I came from also. This stream is good people. I appreciate that, Rip. Oh, he was visiting my stepmom's family, and I believe he said it was near Longview, Texas. I don't know if that gives you an idea of exactly where. But my grandparents live down there, and they went and spent a couple days for Thanksgiving with them. I wish he wasn't driving and he could hop in here and like talk with you guys too, because I know he loves it. He loves like meeting all these new people just as much as I do. Close enough to okay. I'm not sure. I'm very Texas is really big, and I've been to a lot of places in Texas, but I couldn't tell you what was close to what because I went there all at different times. But a lot of my stepmom's family lives down south. All right, so it's going to be 3rd and 10 on the 13 still. And Lamar's dropping back, and he's going back really far. He's getting chased back, and he loads up deep into the end zone. Was that Mark Andrews dove? He came back from the back of the end zone and caught that for a touchdown. Okay, Okay, Dallas Fort Worth. I understand now. I apologize. But that was an incredible play by Lamar to, keep that play alive from being chased straight backwards for a while and then throw that and Mark Andrews to recognize and come fall forward to get that pass. Wow, that was such a good play. I mean, I want the Browns to win this game, but you can't diss on a good play because that was fantastic. So Justin Tucker kicks the extra point, 9:48 to go. It's 13-3 now. The Brownies have got to make something on offense this time around, or they're going to get too far behind with a game with a team that runs the ball as much as they do. Poop. That's what I'm saying, Jake. Also, thanks for coming in here, Jake. What's up, Amanda? I recognize that you are not in your sports channel today, but I appreciate you coming in here. I'm back from the Tom Grassi Live. I don't want to say your name wrong, but I appreciate you coming back over here. What's up, Peyton? It's nice to see you. Are you working tonight? I can't remember what days you said you worked. Or are you watching football at home? Or are you just at home? I don't know. Man, you Grossi Posse have me seriously flustered. I mean, I'm so thrilled about it, of course, and thankful, but I'm just like at a loss of words. I know I haven't stopped talking, but I deep down I'm at a loss of words because I just want to. Okay, that looks more recognizable to me, Amanda. But I saw your picture and saw that it was you, but it didn't register right away. But I was like, I appreciate you coming, no matter which channel you're on, either one. I will know that it's you. Hey Pepper, thanks for hanging out with me. I know you stuck around a little bit. I know that Tom usually goes back to his play-by-play and stuff after halftime, but I appreciate it. I work Wednesday through Friday. I'm just chilling. I feel you. I work usually Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I'm just chilling through the week. But I have to work this Thursday. Great job. I don't have cable. Getting my play-by-play from you. Also, Kitty Guzz Meow. Honestly, you guys, between you guys and Tom and some of the people that already hang out with me that have said that, I'm probably going to start saying that because it was funny. Did you say you were at LSU or am I losing my mind? No, someone in here said that they are at LSU and because of Joe Burrow that they get Chiefs or Bengals games there now in support of Joey B. So, no, I live in Indiana. Subs before I leave. I appreciate you, Pepper. It's Monday midday down here, so I can only join your night games as day games are at 4 in the morning. Oh, wow. Yeah, that I didn't even think about the time difference there. I have another buddy of mine and my dad, so they're kicking off now, and it's going to be a touchback, but yeah, I don't get to see him too often because he's on such a high different time frame as I am. Kitty goes meow. Have you heard of Wildflower? Is that a band? Because I feel like I might know a band called Wildflower. I instantly went to the band Bad Flower, but if it's not a band, then I'm not sure. All right, Baker Mayfield's back on the field at the 25, 9:48 to go in the third quarter, and he drops back, immediately throws to Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb breaks a tackle, gets about 17 yards. No, not Wildflower. He's a bad influence. Okay, so I don't know who Wildflower is, if it is a person. It's a Grossi character for Washington. Oh, okay. So I've only watched. So Mayfield threw it to Peoples Jones and completes for about 7 yards, and it's going to be second down. So I have watched only one or two of his reaction videos, so I haven't picked up on all of their names just yet. But I understand now. I don't know who's who just yet, but I mean, if I was watching it, I could tell you obviously which fan is who. Baker's only throwing 50% this game. It's 2nd and 4, and he hands off to Chubb, and he gets stopped behind the line for a loss of a couple. Oh yeah, I need to take this poll down before you guys actually make it a all tie end poll. I forgot. Yeah, Nick Chubb, if he could have got outside just a little bit more, he might have broke free. Proving once again that there's more than corn in Indiana. Hi, my neighbor to my east. No run game. Yeah, they haven't been able to run the ball at all, really, and that's why Baker Mayfield's only throwing 50%. It's 3rd and 5 now. He throws to, it looked like Njoku, but he got hit as it hit him in the hands and dropped it. Yeah, no run game, no good pass game, and that's kind of why the Colts fell apart today too, because Carson Wentz kind of relies on Jonathan Taylor, Nyheim Hines have a good run game. But hello, my neighbor to my west, if I am to your east. Gotta head out, can't keep my eyes open. Long weekend. Take care, Alex. Thanks, Kathy. Thanks for hanging out as long as you did. Congrats on your pack win today. Illinois. Okay. Yeah, me and my dad, early next year, I'm moving back to Kentucky. But as of right now, I live in Indiana, and my dad lives in Kentucky. But either way, I'm gonna be right east of you. But Indiana is all right, and Indiana says hello. So you guys almost made it to tie game being winning. It was Ravens 36, tie game 34, and Brownies 29. You guys shifted that poll tremendously. But have a good one, Kathy. You rock also. But yeah, that's super awesome. Ben, do you love it in Australia? And have you always been there, or did you come from somewhere else and move to Australia? But yeah, I've made a couple friends on the metal detecting side of YouTube that are from Australia, and they're pretty nice people, and so I've appreciated everyone that I've met from over there so far. Tie. I hope it ends in a tie. I mean, I hope it does. Like, I've been saying that since the beginning. I'm like, that's the best possible outcome for me. I feel like ties in the NFL are the most embarrassing thing that could probably happen to you, especially this late in the season. Browns look lost on offense and special teams haven't showed up yet. No, I agree. Like, they haven't been able to consistently run the ball. And so my thinking is Baker Mayfield can't throw himself into a win. And so, like, if you have to rely on his arm, that's when usually it gets messy for them. And he's like 12 for 24, 12 for 25, or something like that. And I mean, he's got a decent amount of yards, but it's not been pretty for him so far. I mean, they still have time to turn it around if they can, defense can stay going, but if their defense can't get off the field and their offense can't stay on the field, their defense is going to get worn down, and this is going to the Ravens are going to create some separation quickly. So 7:56 left in the third quarter. Still 13-10. It's 1st and 10. Ravens ball on the 14-yard line. These Browns receivers are killing me. Yeah, this has been a rough outing for Browns offensively. So out of Lamar throws it out of Mark Andrews' hand. It's gonna be 2nd and 10. So how did you become a Bengals fan and Chiefs fan in Indiana? Okay, so I told the Chiefs side earlier. When I was in high school, I watched a lot of Alex Smith, and I don't really like NFC teams. Like, I don't dislike them. I just don't like. I'm not fans of them. I'll just watch them. And so when he left the 49ers and came to the Chiefs, I was in high school, and I kind of followed him over here from that. And so that was like 2012, 2013-ish. So they get the first down with Hollywood Brown, and so they move the chains there, and 7:40 left in the third. And so when he moved there, I followed him to Kansas City, and then I kind of just fell in love with the fans, the team, the city, like all of it. And being a Bengals fan, I have lived very close to Cincinnati my whole life, and my dad is a huge Bengals fan. So I grew up with the Bengals, and so I feel like I was deep down like born a Bengals fan. um Lamar is holding it on 1st and down. He runs for about a yard or two, and it's going to be 2nd down. But yeah, so the Bengals fan is pretty much, I grew up around here. I live like 45 minutes from Cincinnati, and my dad's always been a fan. That's why I like the Cincinnati Reds baseball team as well. Steelers tied to the Lions. Still don't know how they tied because neither of those teams wanted to win that game. Seriously. I thought our fantasy computer was on drugs when it predicted my season at 4-12. I started off 3-1, but now I've lost 7 in a row to be 3-8. I'm sorry, Rob. It's gonna be 2nd and 9 now. I did not catch who that was in motion. Lamar's dropping back, and he's stepping up. He's rolling right, and he looks like he's throwing it away. Yeah. Born and bred, it's great. If you like metal detecting, we have meteorite hunting grounds in the top of the state. Yeah, see, the one guy that I actually talk to relatively frequently that lives in Australia, he does gold prospecting there. So the Browns defense just got hit with roughing the passer, so that's going to be 15 yards. That was Clowney. This game definitely is on Baker. Got to catch those balls. I mean, yeah, the receivers had a lot of issues with drops and stuff like that. So that they're just nobody's clicking right there. Big turnover fest that first half. Yeah, that was insane, and it was so messy, and it just kept getting more messy. As a Browns fan, the Browns mindset is a really injured Baker is better than a healthy Case Keenum. Yeah, but I mean, Case Keenum did get you through Denver, and look, I know Denver is not like a top 5 team, but their defense isn't that bad when healthy. So he's a reliable backup. He's not a reliable full-time guy, but as a backup for short periods of time, I wouldn't mind that guy being my backup. Who do you want if the Chiefs played the Bengals? As much as it would like hurt me to root against the Bengals, I would always root for my Chiefs. Cards close to signing Strowman. That's good. Actually won another game in fantasy. Yay, Amanda. I think you're about to pass Rob. I don't know what happened to Rob's team because he was like a dominant team and then he just can't do anything. So you're West Coast Indiana. Can you say you're from Indiana if you've never been to Indiana Beach? My bad, East Coast. I guess not. I mean, I've lived in Kentucky almost my whole life. I've only lived in Indiana the last 2 years, and then from like birth until like the 2nd grade, I was in Indiana, and then I moved to Kentucky, and then about 2 years ago, I moved back to Indiana. So I'm not really from Indiana. I was born in Indiana, but I'm mostly from Kentucky. All right, so it's gonna be a 1st and 10. The Ravens have almost ran 20 more plays than the Browns. Like 25 minutes of possession to the Browns, 14 and a half. Lamar hands it off to Latavius Murray for only a yard or two. The Browns really need to get something going on offense, especially if they can get a stop here. It's going to be 2nd and 8, so that was a gain of 2 for Murray. Yeah, I'm like, if I lived where I lived in Kentucky, which is where I'm moving back to at the beginning of the year, or if I lived here, both, I'm about 45 minutes from Louisville and 45 minutes ish from Cincinnati. Like I'm right in the middle of those two. Lamar passes it over to Hollywood Brown, who stopped for a loss of like 2 or 3 yards. So great defensive play for the Browns, something they really need right now to try to help get them off the field. 3:45 left in the third quarter. I think that was their rookie. Their rookie draft pick. That's dumb. I don't linebacker. So it's going to be 3rd and 9 now. This is a stop that they need desperately to get off the field. They're not in field goal range yet. So Lamar just pretty much throws it away. And so it's 4th and 9, so they're going to have to punt now. All right, Cleveland, this is your time to shine. This is your time to get off the field or get some points on the board. Get it caught up a little bit. This game's not out of reach yet. I never liked the Packers, but I like Favre. So when the Raiders weren't on, I'd watch Favre. Once he went to Minnesota, I kept them as my second team. I respect that. I like Favre because he reminds me kind of like a Phillip Rivers. Like he is just goofy, and he has fun, and that's what I like about him. I've never been a Packers or Vikings or, like I said earlier, like really any NFC team. I enjoy watching all of them, but I'm just not like a huge fan. I prefer the AFC in every way possible. But I do respect that being how you chose your other team. Ben, this is a band flag. They're called Ice Nine Kills, and they do horror themed music. Well, at least here recently, and this one's like a Nightmare on Elm Street themed with like their logo right there. And so they've done like Nightmare on Elm Street. They recently did an album, they did Chucky, the movie Hostel, Psycho, American Psycho, all kinds of different horror movies, and they even did an album of horror books as well, or just books in general. And so they're up there in my favorite bands. Plus, I just really like this flag. So I have like football flags that I want to hang up, but I'm just waiting until I move so I don't set this all up and then have to tear it all down to reset everything back up once I move. So I just picked this because it's simple and I had it immediately when I set my computer up and stuff here. More so than Rodgers. I agree, and I just think I like Favre's personality better than Rodgers' Rob. Like I said, I think he's just goofy and has fun. I feel like Rodgers sometimes personality gets on my nerves. His commercials are stupid though, and they make me laugh, so I guess that's a plus. Cool, check them out. A huge horror fan. Yeah, they're like a heavier metal-ish, but uh, if you like any kind of heavier rock metal, I'll actually post a link to the song for the movie American Psycho because that's my jam right now. They're actually going on tour. Well, they're on tour right now, but they're doing like a Christmas special for the radio channel that's local to Cincinnati. And so on December 7th, I'm going to Cincinnati to see them, and I'm super excited because I haven't been to any shows since before COVID. All right, 3:09 left in the third quarter. It's 1st and 10, Cleveland's ball. and they're on their own 13. So they go to the run game first with Nick Chubb, and he gets a solid gain there. I have not, Nathan. Oh, all right. This song is the link I posted, Ben. It's the song for their of the movie American Psycho, and they have really good production in their music videos too. Are you familiar with the group slash singer Disturbed? Yes, it was one of those bands that my dad I listened to and grew on from my dad. We actually right before no problem, Ben. Right before COVID, big deep throw to Jarvis Landry, and he's got a lot of room to run, and this Browns offense is finally moving. Me and my dad and my brother actually went to and got to see them in Columbus, Ohio, about 2.5, 3 years ago. Yeah, that was exactly what Cleveland needed, Jake, to jumpstart that offense a little bit. Jarvis Landry, he's their number one wide receiver for a reason. He's the guy they need to make some big plays. But yeah, I actually really love okay, so yeah, we got to see The Sound of Silence live, and I was like, man, I don't want to see Disturbed to cry because they play like back to back slow songs like that, and it was like really emotional because they had like this whole video. There's another pass to Njoku for about 8 more yards. Yeah, the Browns are moving now, but you're right, Rob. That rendition is beautiful, and I absolutely love it. I'm not so much into a lot of their newer music. I like some of their older albums, because that's what I grew up on with my dad. But I do enjoy a lot of their music. Yes. So we're on commercial break now. The Browns offense is finally rolling. It's still 13-3. We're coming to the end of the third quarter here soon. I think things in this game are about to get interesting. Unless there's a turnover, which I would not be surprised because all of us at least heard about the first half. I think the Browns will be able to capitalize right here, at least on 3. And if 3 points cuts it down back to a 1-score game, and so they're still not out of it. You just went out of focus on my screen. Yeah, it was coming out of focus on mine, and I was sitting here trying to mess with it, and it finally came back. Is it showing like clear again? Because if it's not, I'll take the camera down and bring it back up. They got really good music. Yeah, I'm such a music lover. Like sports and music are like top tier, like tied for like my all-time favorite everything. And so I can appreciate some good sports games and I can appreciate some good music any day of the week. Tom Grassi is a lot. He's a funny guy, man. He reminds me of like Jim Carrey. Like he's goofy and I feel like that's what I appreciate about him. We are still on commercial break, but we should be back pretty soon. It shouldn't be a long one. My throat is dry. I feel like I've been. Paul Simon even said it's his favorite cover of that song. I think it's my favorite cover of that song. It's just beautiful. It's so well done, and I don't know, man. I agree with you 100%, Rob. Like it's such a good cover. And when I didn't expect Disturbed to put out a song like that, so I really appreciated like getting to see that side of them. And I like to see the different ranges of some of these artists when I know what like their hard left side can sound like, and then they flip the switch and go the complete opposite. I just love that. Ooh. So I think he injured himself by hitting Njoku on that play. I can appreciate some Simon and Garfunkel, Rob. So now it's going to be 2nd and 2. Looks like Nick Chubb's in the backfield again. And he fakes the handoff play action. Someone's coming at him. He loads up deep. And he to Austin Hooper. He's throwing his hands looking for a flag, and there's the flag. Alter Bridge is my band. It gets me pumped and makes me feel good. I'm gonna have to write that down and check out Alter Bridge because I do not think I have heard of that one. There's my notebook. I have to keep a notebook in here because every time there's like either someone new or we get off. Okay, so the Ravens just got hit with the roughing the passer call, so now they're moving 15 more yards. So they didn't get the PI call that they wanted, but they got the roughing the passer, so they're still moving. But intervals for music right now. Shape of Colors lit. Okay, alter bridge. But yeah, I always have to keep a notebook in here because we all get off on these random tangents sometimes. And it's 1st and 10, and he hands off to Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb managed to make a yard or two out of what was literally nothing. And so, like, I try to keep writing down everything you guys say to me so I can keep up with it. And when I have time, check out everything you guys recommend to me. Shape of Color, interview. Alex, did you see my message in the group chat? I did not. I'm streaming the game on my phone right now, and I don't want to overload anything because you know how bad our internet around here is. Okay, let me write that down also, Ben. Mayfield loaded up for the end zone for Njoku, and they call a touchdown. I was really close to the ground. That was on 2nd and 9 with 39 seconds left of the third. They call it a touchdown. Well, I'm going to have to see the replay on that because it looked really low to the ground. But if they get that touchdown, they are back in business. Oh, I think that's going to be called overturn. It bounced off the ground. All right, let me write that down now, Ben. Okay, now they're saying that it hit his leg. And Dave Lombardo from Slayer. Their Omen soundtrack to cover is amazing. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. Is it good? If you're asking about my internet, no. And if you're asking about this call, it's very close. I'm not sure. It looks like, okay, from the angle they're showing right there. It's so they're asking, is it clear and obvious if it hit the ground? Like from that last angle they showed, you can't even tell. So they called it a touchdown on the field, so I think this might end up standing. But they're reviewing it obviously because that is a very close call. And so if this stands, it'll be 9-13 before the extra point, and the Browns are 100% back in business at that point. 10 points is a lot, but 3 or 4 possibly is not that much. I don't think that's going to get overturned either because they ruled it a touchdown. If they would have ruled that incomplete and then they challenged it, I don't think they would have got it. But the ruling on the field being a touchdown is definitely going to help the Browns right there. Yeah, that's a really tough because the angle when it shows like you looking at it, it looks like it bounces off of his wrist and his leg. But on the back end, it looks really close to the ground. Oh, Amanda, I did see that, but it came through and I didn't get a chance to like acknowledge it. And then you came in here. But that's super awesome. That the United in Sports podcast YouTube channel. That's super sweet. And I'm super excited for you guys about that actually. From the front, I think catch. From the back, I think no catch. That's exactly how I feel. And I think it's not enough to overturn it. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to overturn that. And if they do, it's because they're in Baltimore. And, like, that's probably the only reason. But, yeah, Nathan, Amanda, that's super awesome. I'm super happy for you guys. And I finally made a Facebook page for it. Yeah, see, I have a Facebook page for okay, so the review it stands. So the touchdown's good, so it's 9-13 before the extra point. But I made a Facebook page and I try so hard to keep up with it, but I don't keep up with the social media outside of actual YouTube very well. Now I think no catch. I do. That's exactly how I feel every time. I don't know how I feel. I just feel like it's really hard to overturn. See if he makes this extra point. It is up and good. So now it is a 3-point game. Mm, come on, Browns. That's what I'm saying. They just need one good stop and put up another tutty, and I think they might be able to keep holding them to 3. I just like seeing that they finally got some groove on their offense. Like, that's what was really hurting them in the beginning. I mean, the turnovers, yes, but both of them were handing each other the ball back left and right in the first half. But like this second half, they finally got something going, or the second drive of the second half looks so much better. That big play to Landry um really got the spark they needed to get going. But yeah, man, just keep doing what you're doing, man. And it's just gonna keep getting better for you. Don't give up on it, and sports don't go away. So you're always gonna have something to talk about. Stands is the right call. I could go both ways. Yeah, I think it just depends on the ruling on the field, like initially. Like I said, if that was called incomplete, that wouldn't have got overturned. Browns making it a game now. Yeah, it's a game for sure. If they can get a defensive stop, I mean, the Browns could take this away, this lead away. I've been called multiple names. I feel like I do that no matter if I'm on YouTube, if I'm at work, if I'm talking to more than one or two people, I will get them mixed up. That was the right call. If you freeze it, the ball never hit the ground from either angle. See, I didn't see it hit the ground, but I see where it could have, and you just can't see it. So I don't think there was enough to change their mind. So it's gonna be 1st and 10 at the 25. Oh, my Bengals back at the top. Bengals have the tiebreakers. That's what I'm saying. Lamar's dropping back. Now he's running, and he almost ran into the ref, and he's avoiding traffic, and he throws it off to Ricard, their fullback. It's going to be 2nd down. I don't know if he got any positive yards at that. Dude, the Browns, I feel like the Browns offense just got the Browns defense fired up. Got to bounce. Good chatting with everyone. This was a good Gossy Posse raid, and subscribe, so I'll be back. Hey, Ben, thanks so much. And if you do check out that band, let me know what you think of them, because I love them, and you might. I don't know, but yeah, I'll check out the thing you told me to check out. I got it wrote down over here, so I'll check that out later tonight. But we appreciate you hanging out with us, and we're always live randomly through the week. So anytime you want to come chat with us, we'd love to have you. I know the time zone thing's a little bit harder for you, but I do appreciate your time. All right, we're back on commercial break. Cool beans will do. Bye. Have a good one, Ben. Yeah, I'm excited that this game is it started slow, but it was slow for both of them. Then the middle was hectic and dumb, and now it's heating up and getting interesting also. It's been interesting on all 4 quarters, but now it's getting fun too, on top of it. So I'm pretty excited for this 4th quarter. Also, I think I'm gonna do the Washington Seattle game tomorrow. I don't know how that game's gonna go. I don't know if it's gonna be a good game or not, but I'm thinking about doing that game. Just I don't have anything planned tomorrow, so and I know my dad's gonna be home tonight, and we normally do our 5 o'clock stream on Mondays. So if he's like feeling up to it, we'll do our normal, well, not 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock stream. We'll do that. But even if we don't do that, especially, I'll do the Monday night game tomorrow. But if he's feeling up to it, I will definitely like to. I like the score box. You need to get Shane to use that in the IU games. Oh, I'm actually typing that in on the like as a banner. I'm trying to help him figure out a better way to put the score on the screen so I don't have to like type it into the chat and he doesn't have to worry about repeating it. But I think I figured out a way. I just needed to wait until he came home so I can go over to his house and try to show him um how to put that on there. So 2nd and 10 now. Lamar is rolling right, and he's going to take off with it and got about 7 yards, and it's going to be 3rd down. But yeah, Jake, I'm going to try to get that worked up for him so he doesn't have to worry about that. Hopefully, I don't know if I'll get it ready for him by the Tuesday game because I know he's going to be doing that one, but hopefully by the next one. Because Saturday games in Fridays, if they have Friday games, I'm usually not going to be able to be in the chat because of work. So I'm trying to help him figure something out. So it's gonna be 3rd and 2 now. Oh, I need to update the quarter. And Devin Duvernay gets a good 1st down and then 13 yards. All right, there's that fixed. I need Scary Terry to get 5 TDs because the dang Colts couldn't stop Fournette. A lot harder in basketball, yeah. So, like, I can just, there's so many commercial breaks and time in between scoring and stuff in football. It's very easy to type all this stuff out. But there was no way he'd be able to do that while watching those games. So, I'm going to figure something out for him for sure. But, I mean, I need Scary Terry to put up 5 TDs too because, like, I know he's capable of it. Then I may have a shot to win all 7 leagues this week. 7 leagues, man. I can barely keep up with 2. That's impressive, though, that you can have 7 leagues, though, seriously. So it's going to be 2nd and 9 now, 13 minutes left. Lamar is standing in. He's throwing deep to Andrews, and it's picked off by John Johnson. He took it straight out of Mark Andrews' reach. He pulled that in. That was a beautiful catch by John Johnson. He just jumped up right in front of him and then swatted it down into his lap, man, and came down with it. Andrews looked like the guy protecting him from it. Wow. Yeah, that's right, Jay. Wow. This Browns team's rolling now. JJ3 finally shagged one. Yep. That's what I was thinking. I don't know if he has had any picks this year. I mean, Lamar's throwing out plenty of them. Oh, I think Lamar has more completions to Browns players. That's what I'm saying. I think that was like his 4th one. So, when was the last time Lamar threw 4 picks? Has he ever thrown 4 picks in a game? So, I'm not sure. Unless it was in college. I don't remember him ever throwing 4. I've seen him throw 3, I think, in a game, but I don't know if I've ever seen him throw 4. Doesn't happen very often. The last player I remember that threw 4 was that rookie from the Jets, Zach Wilson. Let me just Google Lamar Jackson 4 receptions in a game. The only thing that's coming up is this game right now. Oh wait, he threw 2 interceptions, not including one near interception in 2020. Yeah, I don't know if he ever has. I don't see anything. He had one earlier in the year, but called back on a defensive PI. If he throws another pick, does he get benched then? Probably. I mean, it's getting close. I mean, we know Tyler Huntley plays exactly like he does. Like it's like they're the same person. I mean, I don't know. This game's not that far out of reach yet. Like, it's still a close game, so I don't think he gets benched until they start losing. And then if it gets too far out of reach, like the Browns put up like 3 more touchdowns and he's still throwing interceptions, then yes. But Browns, Mayfield loads up, hits Landry for. Well, Landry just went over 100 yards. Got about 16, 17 on that one, it looked like. Maybe 15. I might have been exaggerating just a little bit. Oh, Baker took a shot after he threw that right to the face, it looked like. All right, it's 1st and 10 on the 29-yard line. Looks like Hunt's in the backfield. He hands it. Oh, fakes the handoff. He loads up deep and it's nearly picked off, but dropped. It went straight into his hands and he dropped it. I would not have been surprised if he threw a pick because every time there's been a turnover in this game, the other team immediately gives it back. But shoo. Loser of this game won't make the playoffs, calling it now. I agreed. Well, okay, so they play each other again in 2 weeks, and I feel like if they split this series between the two of them, then maybe. Just maybe. But I agree with you, Nathan. Hunt is running with the ball. He got about 9, so it should be about 3rd and 1 now. Yeah, Hunt was really quiet in the first half. Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 1. They still have Kareem Hunt on the field. I could see a short pass to him right here. All right, so the QB sneaked it, but they got the first down. I did not expect a sneak from a banged up Baker Mayfield just now. So it's 1st and 10, 11 minutes left in the 4th quarter. The Browns are about at the 40-yard line. Nathan getting bold, LOL. I mean, it's getting to that time of year where you can almost kind of see. I think the AFC is going to be, I don't know. I think the NFC is pretty tight race too, even though it's going to be hard for 3 AFC North teams to make the playoffs. It just depends. If the Colts keep getting better and Tennessee stays in that, then it gets interesting I feel like it's going to be a really tight battle like it was last year. Kareem Hunt ran it for a loss of about 3. So it's going to be 2nd and about 13. It's gonna be I don't know, I feel like this playoff race is gonna get real scary for a lot of teams very soon. I don't think any number, like, 1 in your like, the top of any division is really safe right now anyway. So, yeah, it's gonna be 2nd and 13. Nick Chubb is in, Kareem Hunt just went out, Baker's dropping back. He slides up, and he gets sacked. He's taken down for another loss. I think that was Tyus Bowser. So it's gonna be 3rd and really long. Yeah, that was Tyus Bowser. I think they said he's leading their team in sacks. He just hit Baker from behind. Oh man, it's crazy that he held on to it because of how he had the football. That could have easily been disastrous. So it's gonna be 3rd and 20. Baker's dropping back. He throws short to Nick Chubb. I have no idea how Nick Chubb caught that. He got a gain of about 6 or 7. Got to throw that away. Yeah. Yeah, that was too close to being a fumble. It would have been probably much better if he just threw it. Oh, that wasn't Nick Chubb. I just saw the 4 and I thought it was, but that's that Bradley guy. I don't know how he caught that. Gonna be 4th and 12. They're gonna be punting here with 8:40 left in the 4th. And it's a pretty deep punt down at about the 12, and he hits him immediately. He did not call the fair catch and got his feet taken out as soon as he caught that. So we're going to go to commercial break. 8:29 left in the game. Still 10-13. Ravens ball. Shoo, this game is whack. It's fun though. I love it. I love it. I know if Philip is still in here, he probably doesn't love it so much because he's a huge Browns fan. So I'm sorry him, but uh, I love this. It's fun. Baker holds the ball too long and gives up sacks. Yeah, he does do that a lot. But I feel like a lot of times he thinks he can get away from it. He's trying to get better at scrambling, and so I think that's why. But I feel like he'd rather take a sack than throw a pick. And I guess I can respect that, but just throw it away. All right. I'm just like so curious how this game's actually gonna end. I feel like there's still like 4 more turnovers to come, like at least 2 from each team, as the way that this game has been trending. And so I don't know, I'm like nervous kind of. Because I do want the Browns to win, but this has been a messy game. All right. I feel like at least let me look at the stats on this. See if they've gotten any better. So Mayfield is 17 for 31. So I mean his percentage went from 50 to 54.8. So it's gotten a little bit better. But Baker's thrown 0 interceptions. Lamar has thrown 4. But Baker had a fumble. Landry had a fumble. I feel like they had more turnovers than that, but I guess not. So at least he doesn't have 4 picks. All right, it's 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. He fakes the handoff and runs left, throws it to nobody, but Mark Andrews was right there wide open. I don't know why he didn't throw it to him. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10. I'm very confused about that call. Honestly, I would go to the run. All right, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. They stopped the clock on that, even though it could have been a gain of at least 12. All right, hands the ball off to, it looks like Freeman with a gain of about 2. So it's going to be 3rd down now. I feel like they should have went to the run first. I mean, I'm not rooting for them, but I felt like that would have been a smarter option. Alex, we just went live. LOL, you inspired us. I am glad I could inspire you to do so. It's always fun. It's 3rd and 7 now. And 7:45. Let's see what they can come up with here. Chuck. Okay, so Lamar throws to his right and it's deflected. OT, I mean, OT could lead to a potential tie. And we've been talking about it for a while now, so I wouldn't be mad about it. Man, Clowney and Garrett have been serious problems in this game for them. So they're going to be punting. It's 4th and 7, 7:36 left in the 4th. See how this special teams play goes. Great punt. Back to the 32, 33, and then he just gets clobbered. All right, so we're going to timeout again, and then we'll be back with 7.5 left, and the Browns taking over around the 30-ish. I don't know where they're going to put that ball because he got hit hard and went backwards. I don't know if it's forward progress if he steps back a little bit. So we'll see how that ends up going. Yeah, I'm not really sure about the spotting. So Cleveland probably has 2 possessions left in the game to tie or take the lead. I can't see them having much more than that unless they can keep just picking apart this Baltimore offense. Like the Cleveland defense is playing really well right now. I feel like once we get this late into the night, like the last commercial, the only commercial in the 4th quarter should be like injury or um the 2-minute warning or like a team timeout. No more media timeouts in the 4th quarter. Sunday night football. We've already watched football all day. All right. I think we're about back from commercial. Let's see what spark they got right here to make a move. NFL likes his money, some more commercials. I know, but when you've been watching football since 1 o'clock and it's 11, that's 10 hours of football. It's after 11 p.m. We don't need any more commercials unless, like, we have to. It is getting chilly in here. The temperature must have, like, dropped 10 degrees outside or something. Oops. All right, 1st and 10 on the 30. It's going to be a handoff to Chubb. He gets outside. He gets some space and only gets about 5 or 6. All he needs is the Browns to kick a field goal. Yes. That was a decent play for Chubb. He's had a trouble running the ball today. I mean, he only got like 5 or 6, but that could have easily been -1, and so they needed that. 6:45 left in the fourth quarter. They fakes handing it back off to Chubb. It looks like he threw it away. Yep. He threw it well over Landry's head, and he's yelling at the ref now. I feel like now's not the time to yell at the ref. Because one bad call from the ref can literally end the game for you. So the Browns are 4-11 on third down. Ravens last 6 games after tonight. Pittsburgh Browns, Packers, Bengals, Rams, Pittsburgh. I don't know how many more games the Ravens are going to win this year. This is going to be 4th and 5. He threw to Landry again, the same play over his head, just on the other side of the field. So it's going to be a punt. I could see a fake punt, but I've also seen that gone wrong this weekend. So we'll see. 6:34, 4th and 5. It's like the 6th or 7th punt for Cleveland tonight. That was not a great punt. Well, they got 2 against Pittsburgh. Yeah, other than that, but the Rams, Bengals, Packers, and potentially the Browns being another. And you've seen how this divisional game's gone. I could see the Pittsburgh's games going similar too. So, I mean, I feel like they might struggle a little bit. Because Pittsburgh beat Cleveland in Cleveland this year already. So I'm not saying that Pittsburgh's good because they are not. Ravens, Raiders, Packers, Pittsburgh, Bengals. I don't think either of their schedules look very nice. But, I mean, the Bengals play the Chiefs, the 49ers, the Chargers. Lamar Jackson just took off up the middle and got about 12 or 13. Yeah, they got the Chiefs, 49ers. They have the Ravens, Cleveland, Chargers. I think one more that I'm missing. Baltimore scores a TD here. The game's over. Cleveland has to keep them out of the end zone. Yeah, agreed. I don't think they have enough to score 2 more times in regulation, like Cleveland anyway. Unless they get a turnover right here. But they're going to run the ball as much as they can. Devontae Freeman on the edge and gets 8. So it's going to be 2nd and 2. 5:35 left in the fourth quarter. The clock's rolling, and so are the Ravens. Yeah, the Browns go on a bye after this, and if they lose this game today, they have to beat Baltimore next or the week after their bye, or they can pretty much say goodbye. I'm also rooting for that, Dave. I am here for the tie. So Baltimore just got another first down, and there's 5 minutes and counting. Yeah, they're going to try to run it 3 or 4 yards every play for the rest of the game, it looks like. Unless they can get a stop. So they got Latavius Murray in the backfield. I could see this being a fake handoff. It was. It was a fake handoff to Lamar, and he gets about 2. I don't know. It looked fishy to me. I sniffed that one out. So that's going to be 2nd and 8. And they're not going to snap this until under 4 minutes. So they're taking a minute off every play. I don't know that if they get a first down here, this game's probably over. Oh, Lamar just threw it to Hollywood Brown, and he crawls to a first down. Yeah, this game is probably over. I couldn't believe they threw the ball there. I thought they would stick with a run, but Hollywood Brown makes a great play to keep his knees off the ground and literally crawls the extra 2 yards for a first down. So there's 3:20 left, 10 seconds left on the play clock. And hands it off to Freeman. No. Yeah, Freeman. I can't believe they threw either. This could be the year the Bengals win the division. What a shock that no one gave them a chance at the beginning of the season. So when I have it somewhere. Let's see. So me and my dad went through and wrote down every single game of the year for every team. I had the Bengals at 9 wins. 9 and 8. I only had them at 2 and 4 in the division, but I put asterisks by a couple games, and I said the Bengals would max out at 12 and their minimum would be 6, which is how I landed on a solid 9. I think they can pass 9 now. Cleveland does have to hold here. If they don't, it's over. Lamar takes off running, and he gets the first down. There's no way. Unless they call that a sec or 3rd and inches. I think it's getting too far. Because they're already in field goal range. They could put up another 3 here. And I don't know that Cleveland's got a touchdown drive in them that's going to be under 2 minutes with no timeouts, basically. Yeah, that lunge for the first down is, 2:57 left. Cleveland just burnt their last timeout. They've got the 2-minute warning. So they got 2 plays here. They have to get the stop or pick 6 if they throw it at all. They're already in field goal range, so they might just, a hold. Devontae Freeman gets 9 yards and stays in bounds. But there's a flag. Well, there's the hold. All right, so clock stopped at 2:50. Oh, okay. I realize. Yeah, I'm streaming it on my phone, so I'm not watching it live. So I'm 10 seconds behind. Sorry, Dave. So we got 1st and 20. So they're out of field goal range. They need to make sure they contain Lamar also. Oh, so Freeman got about 6 yards there, so it's going to be 2nd and 14, 2nd down. Oh, no, that's okay. I thought you were just suggesting or a holding penalty. So, because he said a pick 6 would work right before you said that. So I just assumed you were Just saying, or a holding penalty. It works. It's all right. Okay, so it's gonna be 2nd and 15. I'm glad I played Burrow over Jackson in fantasy today. Yeah, no kidding. So they have to snap it here. If they can get a stop, they're gonna throw or run with Devontae Freeman, and they get him down to 3rd down. So that's gonna be the 2-minute warning. And the Browns players well, the Browns have a player down right now. So the only chance Cleveland has right here is to get a stop and hold them to a field goal attempt. But if they get it down to 4th and close, they'll go for it. We need a Baltimore loss. We need it. It's so embarrassing next to Pittsburgh's name, see the -1. I'm just saying, I feel like a tie. There's nothing more embarrassing than a tie. I know the Bengals had one against the Eagles last year, and that game was dumb. Or I think it was the Eagles, but all right, so it's 3rd and 11. Hey, they didn't go to commercial on the 2-minute warning. I appreciate that. We're a team of destiny. Fair enough. All right. This is their last shot. This play right here. They need to hold them at least 4 yards short, because if it's close enough, they're gonna go for it on 4th down. I'm definitely seeing a slant to Andrews or a pass fake that ends up in a run from Lamar. There we go. That's the stop that Cleveland needs. They stopped Hollywood Brown about 7 yards short. So Tucker is going to come on for the field goal. Packers will beat them. Which Packers will beat who? Which one? Are we talking about Baltimore? Because probably. I can't remember. I mean, yeah, they're talking about the defense here. Both of these defenses played great today. I'm surprised no fake injury to stop the clock there. Yeah. Well, they don't have a timeout, so it wouldn't matter. So that wouldn't have been a bad idea. So 1:15, and the Ravens are lining up for a field goal. Made a 52 and a 25. Those just seem so far apart that it's just funny. 49-yard attempt. All right, they're lined up for the field goal. Snapped, hold, kick, and drills it. So there's a minute 10 left. The Browns are down by 6. Tucker is money. No, seriously, when he retires, they're probably gonna just cut his leg off and put it in the Hall of Fame. Like, honestly. It's like They're gonna be like, "Oh, you're retired. You don't need your leg anymore. We're gonna take that because your leg owns the NFL." Like, it's crazy to me the NFC is so close yet so far apart. Like, they say in the hunt, and they've got a team that's 4 and 6 and 2 teams that's 4 and 7 in the hunt. Gold plated. That's what I'm saying. They're at least gonna make him, make a bust out of his leg and, like, make him sit through that whole process. But I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, "We'll give you 15 million extra dollars to let us cut your leg off." I was gonna laugh if he missed from 49 since he hit from 51. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen him miss it, and it's a rare, weird occurrence. And as weird as this game has been, I could see it. Baker Mayfield's 2 for 7 when trailing and needs a touchdown to tie/take the lead after getting a possession within the final 3 minutes of the fourth quarter of overtime. So the stats are not on Baker's side, but I don't think that means it's over. Instead of a bust for the Hall of Fame, make a leg lamp. Like, that's exactly how I pictured it, too. Like, as funny as that is. Mayfield's getting chased down. Throw it away. Okay, he didn't take the sack. A tie is still possible. Don't have much faith in Baker here. A long ways to go and no timeouts. That's what I was thinking. But the fact that he threw that away and didn't take a sack is progress in his progression right there. Because we were just talking about how he holds on the ball too long. Second and 10. Baker drops back, throws it to Landry on the back shoulder, but it's incomplete. 1 minute left. It's 3rd and 10. Baker holds the ball too long. Yeah. Especially right now. I know he's got to find the right outlet for it, but this defense, they like to blitz, and they're going to send him at him. Tucker can save that next miss for the Bengals game. That's what I'm saying. Didn't he miss one in the Bengals game this year? Baker drops back, throws it in the middle of the field, and it is incomplete to Hooper. It's 4th and 10. This is their last shot. I'll give it to Baker. He's a competitor, and I appreciate that, but I feel like that mentality he has makes it a him versus himself kind of thing, and I think it hurts him sometimes. It's caught by Njoku, and then that's the game. Oh no, I mean, real Browns fans have to know that it's the drops. Like, his percentage is only so bad because of the drops. I guess I can't put the final score up because no, my luck, they'll kick a field goal or something. That was so painful to listen to. Yeah, I mean, the Browns had a chance. They had a chance. But this was an ugly game. I mean, it was weird, it was crazy, lots of turnovers. It was ugly. I mean, it was a fun game. But I hate watching Baker try to come back. Like, comeback wins are not his thing, and I think Justin Fields is like similar, or Justin Herbert is the same way. He's good. He's got a long way to go. He's very talented, but No tie. No, I know one of these days I'm going to be doing a live stream, and I'm going to hope Puppet Master's here because he's been pushing the tie for a little while now, but we're going to see a tie one day. I just feel it. It is hard to win on the road. I mean, I know that Cincinnati did it, but like I said, Justin Herbert's the same way. It's hard for them to have to. They're not good at the 2-minute drill. Like that's what I like is that Joe Burrow is really, really good at the 2-minute drill, and I think that's the difference in playing from behind with Baker and playing from behind with Joe. I only root against two things in the NFL: the Cowboys and Baker Mayfield. All I have to say is Tom Grossi for MVP. Absolutely. He wins the MVP award for the month of November. Cleveland got 2 weeks to get ready for the revenge win. That's true, though. I'll be rooting for the Browns in that game, too. And, Rick, I completely understand. I'm that way with the Cowboys and the Steelers and the Raiders. 4 dislikes ban those people. I didn't even know YouTube still showed dislikes. I heard that they didn't anymore. But that's okay. Dislikes are still interactions. I don't think they can hurt you unless like you let them bother you. But I know that, everybody's got room to grow, so I will take the 4 criticism likes. I'm still upset with the Rams game ended. That was a messy game for the Rams. Something's going on with them, and they really got to start figuring their stuff out. Because they're still contenders, but they have a lot of flaws right now. I got auto updates turned off. Haven't updated YouTube in 2 years. Oh, see, I haven't actually did an update. I just assumed that it did by itself. Nah, just a couple trolls, probably. But Tom Grossi wins today in the Grossi posse. The Rams are a mess right now. They've got a long way to go, and that's why I think the Arizona Cardinals bye came at a perfect time. They aren't losing a lot right now, but they have a lot of guys that need to get healthy. And I think as soon as Arizona gets healthy, they're going to slip right back into you need to be worried about them situation. If they can hold. I mean, there's still a potential to fold, but they've got a lot of potential to keep going up. Good job tonight. You're very entertaining, Alex. Or thanks, Alex. Hey, Jake, thanks so much. I know my dad will be back here on Tuesday for some IU basketball. If he's home and rested and up for it, he will probably do our recap stream tomorrow. And if everything goes well, if we don't do the recap, I'll do the play-by-play tomorrow night. And if the recap goes well, I might still do the play-by-play. Grossi posse for the win. Rams defense stood around and looked like idiots tonight. Yeah, see, I didn't watch a lot of the game. I did watch Tom's live play-by-play for a little while of that game. I was at work for a part of it, and so I only got to see bits and pieces. I got to see the last 4 minutes, and that was a mess too. But the Rams have a lot of things they need to start working on, and I think once they start doing that, things will get a little bit better for them. I'm going to head out. Thanks for the fun stream. Enjoy the rest of your night and check out. Oh, yeah, I was going to write that down, so I'm glad you said that again, Nathan. Because at first, the first time you typed it, I thought you said Netflix. And so I was like, I think I've seen Netflix a couple times. But I'll write that down next to the other ones I'm going to check out. Netflix. When you got time, you may like the music. But definitely. Also, Kitty Goes Meow. Big win for the Bengals today. Good job, my friend. Keep up the good work. I'll see you again. Thanks so much, Rick. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of Grossi Posse that's still here. And all of the people that are not with Grossi Posse that are still here. I appreciate you guys also. And Rob, I saw your comment. Thank you so much. Go KU. Next weekend, Chiefs primetime game. I'll be here. So hopefully you'll be able to make it. I don't know if Tom's going to do that stream or not, but I'm definitely ready to have some Chiefs on the primetime. And I met a couple more Chiefs fans today, so hopefully we'll get to hang out and be excited about that. Go to Grossi's stream after you're done here. Okay, I'll head over there as soon as I close up here. Jonathan Pilgrim, much love. Thank you so much. Much love to you as well. River Rat, thanks for still hanging in there. I know you've been lurking. I appreciate you so much. I am definitely going to go head over to Tom's stream in just a minute. Just a few quick takeaways. The Browns need to be more consistent on offense. We've learned that if they can't run the ball, their offense really sucks. And so they're going to figure that out or they won't. We'll see what they look like in 2 weeks when we're back here watching them again. I probably won't be doing a play-by-play of that. I only did this one because it's prime time. How about them Chiefs? Absolutely, 100%. I'm fired up. I'm ready for that game. I hate when the Chiefs are on a bye. I feel like my week is slower. And so, good Bengals win, so I can't be too mad about it, but I'm ready to watch some Chiefs football again. But I appreciate each and every one of you that came over with the raid tonight, that came over from the last raid, that's been here this whole time. Anybody that comes and hangs out with me or my dad on any of our streams, we love and appreciate all you guys so much. I'm going to go head over to Tom's right now. We'll be back live, either me and my dad, one of the two both. We'll be back live tomorrow sometime in the afternoon. And I can't wait to see as many of you guys as I can. But until next time, have a good night, and I'll see you guys after today. I don't know. Have a good one, everybody.